ever evolving, if our mind is open and our heart receptive, everyone can teach us something. 2019, 2020 was no different. The best thing I can think about is that I got to work with two of my best friends, and we became closer. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can look in the face of one of my best friends and tell her, no, we ain't doing it. And it was still okay. You know, sometimes when you work with a family member or a best friend, when you're working with business and your personal relationship, and they start to intermix and intertwine, and you don't want to mess up one for the sake of the other. But I learned something about myself. I am so positive that the good of all outweighs the good of one. And if nothing else, I can stand on that foundation, and I know I'm good at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl Warren. It's always a pleasure speaking with you and also listening to what you have to say.
Oh, thank you.
For those who have just joined us, I'm wanting to welcome you to this pre-show event. I also want to make sure that you are recognized in the chat with what club you're from, and also note if you were an area director or a division director, note it with the initials prior to your name. So rename yourself so that is showing first. Also, Cheryl, I want to ask you another question if you have a minute. And I wanted to know what led you, is probably the correct word, to even want to be our district director for Division 56, or district, excuse me, 56.
Okay. Michelle, that's a great question. When you are open to opportunities, the very people that know those opportunities and the direction to go there are always ready and willing to help you. You've heard it said, the teacher will appear when the student is ready. I came into Toastmasters in 2014. I really didn't have a clue what it was about, but I had to discover where the Eagles were, because that's what I do in any organization. Where are the Eagles? Not so that I become an Eagle, but so that I can learn the wisdom from those Eagles. When I discovered who the Eagles were, I simply asked the question, what's next? And Michelle, I got to tell you, a plan unfolded into my very eyes. And I want to put this in your little spirit for free. You know, when someone was so excited about your growth and potential that they serve you in the place where they put you. They are always saying, yes, what do you need me to do? Yes, I'll help you with that. Yes, I know you don't have a clue, but I'll help you. Yes, let's do it. What is your idea? We'll take your idea and we'll make it work according to the rules so that I didn't hurt myself, and in this case, didn't hurt the district. When you are ready to go to the next level, you gotta find out where the Eagles are, because ain't nobody soaring higher than Eagles. So to answer your question, what made me want to serve as the District 56 district director? Because I had a mentor who not only pushed me, well, let me say mentors that not only pushed me, but they held me to high standards. Thank you.
Awesome. Michelle, you're on mute.
That was very inspiring, and thank you for that great insight. I didn't want to miss this opportunity to ask that of you. Also, thank you, Cheryl. Also, I want to make a correction. I mentioned for the area directors to note, as well as the division directors, it's for the position from 2019 to 2020, not current division or area directors. So if you were an area director in 2019 to 2020, please note that, as well as the area directors. Thank you. Rayanne, have you noted any new guests?
So we do have a couple of people. Our past division M director, Rhonda Reeves, is representing Innovators Toastmasters today. Welcome, Rhonda. Pensadores de Houston is here. Oh, there's Rhonda. I can see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Pensadores is here. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. And everyone, we are now streaming live on Facebook. Can we get snap, 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 snap? Okay, so if you haven't checked out the District 56 Facebook account or the Facebook group, this is a good time to do that. And whoever is sharing, if you want to pop us over to that Facebook group, we would love that. But if you're not on Facebook, maybe you're on Instagram, we're on there too. Go check it out. Elizabeth Ruiz is here from Greenway Plaza Toastmasters, Boeing Club Toastmasters, League City, Dining Out, UH Cougar Rhetoric. Oh, and she says all the clubs in P3. So welcome, Elizabeth. I don't know when you find time to sleep, but man, that is super admirable. I see Martha Elias is here. Hi, Martha. Welcome. Good to see you. Akili is here from Blue Frog Toastmasters. Yo, can we give Akili some love? Let's give her some love. Woo, 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 woo. Man, you did awesome representing us at District 56. Well, all the way up to the international competition. And we are so thankful and honored that you were our person. Welcome, Akili. Hey, you want to say hi to us? Come on, take yourself off mute.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, what was that experience like for you?
Which part?
Any part you want to share.
Oh my goodness, there's so many speeches in there to be had when you start to think about a 6-month journey with one message and how many people it can touch and reach, and the abilities that you have to create something with the help of everybody in your district. It was an amazing experience, difficult at times with working in COVID and everything else that's going on, but I would not have traded this for anything in the world. From someone who was scared to speak 5 years ago to someone who had a chance to see all of the District 56 members and their confidence and their leadership, and they're pushing you to do so much more. I'm over the moon. I'm so ecstatic about what I was able to accomplish and the people that came alongside me.
Well, thank you so much, Akili. We are just so honored and so pleased and so happy to have supported you throughout this time. Thank you so much for being our champion. I would like to say, even now as we're talking about the World Championship, that we have someone with us, Miss Pamela McCowan, who was an international director. Pamela, welcome. Thank you so much for being here tonight, our District 56 godmother. We always love having you. Are you there? We can't hear you. Are you saying something?
No.
Oh, okay. She wasn't saying anything yet. Tell us a little bit about the convention. It's a little bit wrapping up today, but give us an overview, and if someone has missed part of it, how can they still interact with the convention this year?
The International Convention, as you well know, went virtual this year for the very first time in the history of Toastmasters. It was a success and a failure all at the same time. We broke the internet with, with so many people trying to log on to our meeting platform. The meeting platform failed, and the World Headquarters staff had to move a lot of the things out to the Toastmasters International website, for the members to be able to access and enjoy. Before all of the crash happened, I was able to connect with several people around the world and actually set meetings with them and talk with some people. So that was really exciting to be able to do that. And then, of course, figuring out that everything was pre-recorded and you could actually watch it at whatever time you liked instead of the Greenwich Mean Time that was listed on the website. It took me a couple of 3 a.m. mornings to figure that out, that I could have slept in and watched it when I woke up instead of at the 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. The International Speech Contest was held this morning, and the announcement of the winners was just a few hours ago. They actually interviewed all 3 of the winners, and one of the winners, the actual winner, have you all seen the contest yet? Maybe I shouldn't spoil it for you. So you
I started watching it this morning, yes.
Yeah, so you can go out on the website and watch that, watch the interviews. It was really exciting for me. I knew a couple of the people that were in the finals, so it made it very interesting for me to watch and enjoy that. I was on 2 watch parties this morning, one with Division M Director Charlotte Ozen and another one with a home club of one of the people that was the finalist. My sister's home club in Washington State had their district champion on the line with them, and we were all watching the World Championship there too. So it's exciting to be able to multitask and be in 2 watch parties at once. Then tonight, this afternoon, actually at 4 o'clock our time, the results of the elections that were held yesterday, the International Annual Business Meeting was held yesterday, and the results are going to be announced this afternoon for all of the winners of the second vice president officer election, and then the international director, the 7 region directors that will be announced this afternoon as well. While we're on this call, as a matter of fact, I'll be multitasking once again. I'll be on 2 calls, one to support my candidate and one here to support all of these wonderful leaders in District 56. Thank you, Rayanne.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Pamela, and joining us on the red carpet in this pre-show. We always appreciate having you and look forward to your smiling face anytime there's a district event. Welcome, everyone. If this is the first time that you are joining us, we are pleased to have everyone here tonight. We are getting ready for our District 56 award show, where we recognize and honor those who have served with distinction during the 2019-2020 year. It is my pleasure tonight to be your hostess, along with my co-hostess, Ms. Michelle Quaylar. We are here and we are so pleased to have everybody looking forward to a great show, which is coming up pretty soon at the top of the hour. Any announcements, Michelle, or anyone new in the chat? If you are here tonight and you want to be recognized or your club to be recognized, tell us in the chat what club you're from. We would love to recognize you.
There was a lot of people noting how proud they were of Akili and her accomplishments and her representing District 56. Yeah, Akili. Congratulations. Also, I don't know if anyone recently just logged in, please note in the chat what clubs you're from. We would like to do a shout out for you. That would be great. Is Terry on? Maybe she could share something more about the district website. Rayanne, you've mentioned something that was also very helpful. What was the new other email that you noted instead of just tmd56.org?
Okay, so I will do a quick share while Terry's getting her thoughts together. But the new website, and hopefully you're seeing the right thing. Are you on the district website? Okay, it's toastmastershouston.com. So if you go out to toastmastershouston.com, this is where you can see our brand new district website, District 56. There are things right here if you want to find a club, you want to get an application, if you want to get information about our district. It's all new, Pathways. We're all on Pathways right now, so get over there. Look at how many clubs there are in District 56, 187. We hopefully will cross that 200 mark, right? So let's keep on pressing on District 56. A quick note, if you haven't already looked at the Toastmasters International Convention, this is where you can find it by simply logging into your Toastmasters account, or you don't even need to log in. You can go to events, and once you're in events, click the 2020 International Convention, and it will allow you to access so much of this awesome convention. You can look at the golden gavel, the ceremonies, the education sessions, so much for you to see and experience with the Toastmasters International Convention. If you've never attended a convention, this is your opportunity to attend one. They even have a convention pin. So grab you, get a convention pin in the Toastmasters International shop. Go there, look for your convention pin, and wear it with pride, because guess what? You went to the convention virtually, okay? Who do we have in the chat? We have anyone new in chat?
Yes, I see Andrea Tintillo. She's representing many clubs, Boeing, Spaced Out Toastmasters, Tim and Talkers, and also she's taken over one of my clubs in my area, P6. So she's an area director too. So Andrea, nice to see you. Glad you're here. I see Miss Zenia Ship. She's representing Pearland Toastmasters, Young Professionals Southeast, Dining Out Toastmasters, and Master Evaluators. Also, I see Patricia, I don't know if it's Koch or Koch, Patricia. She's for Medically Speaking. Patricia, how do you say your last name? Take yourself off mute, please.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My last name is pronounced Koch.
Okay, thank you for correcting me, because
Okay.
I didn't say it right.
You did okay. Yes, you did.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here and representing.
Thank you.
Anyone else since? I see Camille Morales, Southwest Project Management. She's on from that. Glad you're here, Camille. And also Sweet Talkers. Anyone else that would like to have a shout out for your club, please note yourself in the chat.
Martha Elias is here representing Master Evaluators and MindSpeak. So thank you for popping on in, Martha. We're so pleased to see you. All right, guys, we are almost to the top of the hour. We've got about 10 more minutes. If you are here tonight and you're looking at that participant list, let's try to get to 150. Come on, where's all our people? We are at 63 participants right now. I know some of you awesome Toastmasters are streaming on Facebook, but if you want to be part of this awesome event, make sure you call your club members, your friends, your mom, anybody that you want to see you get recognized tonight. We have room for lots more people. So let's get our Zoom filled up. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for being here. We are so pleased to have you tonight. If you are just joining us, welcome to our award pre-show. We are going to be here for the next 7 minutes or so. We're going to cut off right at 2:58 so that we get our organizers some time to get themselves in place so that we start right at 3 o'clock. Now, is our district director here, Ms. Rose Bradford? Are you here tonight? Can we recognize you and can we say hello? Are you there? And maybe she's not there as yet, but oh, yeah, she is. Hello, Rose. How are you?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Greetings to everyone. Akili, congratulations yet again. You did an awesome job. Thank you for representing us. And Rayanne and Michelle, you guys are so poised. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. It's wonderful when we have a vision and then you make it come true. So appreciate that. And for all those who are in the background working, we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. And I'm looking forward to the next couple of hours where we get to do nothing but celebrate each one of you. Yay.
Celebrate.
Right?
Yeah, come on, let's celebrate. We're excited. But Rose, I know that I got this email that said there is something awesome happening after this. If, you know, we started this morning with the Toastmasters International World Championship. So I've been Toastmastering all day. Then we have this event. Then something's happening with Region 5 tonight. Tell us what it is and if we want to participate, how we can get access.
Thank you for that opportunity. Tonight, we as a district get to celebrate with other districts that are in our general region, where we get to celebrate our accomplishments, meet new people from all over the world. And so it's called a region gathering. We would normally do it in person. So this is just an opportunity to do it still here. And everyone from the district is invited. There is a 500 limit to who can participate. So please go ahead and register so we can be the ones with the most representation. So it's just an opportunity to get the accolades, say goodbye to some friends who are moving on, and just celebrate everything that we've done this year.
Awesome. So it's on the district calendar, guys. Go out to that new beautiful website and take a look at it, register there, find information there, or check your email. I got an email. So make sure you check your email or the district calendar, and let's all get together and celebrate our own District 56 trio, Rose, Joe, and Chandra, who will be recognized tonight. Okay.
So for the celebration for tonight, we have to add Kathy Ketz in there because she's the one that started us all off, and she too will be celebrated.
Yeah. Okay.
Rayanne,
yes,
I just wanted to add real quick, the trio for this event is Kathy, Rose, and Joe. I am a division director for this meeting.
Okay, understood. So Region 5, let's celebrate our past trio who did such an awesome job with leading us during this last year. Wasn't it an awesome year? But challenging, right? Can we say that word challenging one more time? Yes, it was challenging. So let's join as we celebrate our past trio, Kathy, Rose, as well as Joe. Kathy, Rose, and Joe. All right. Guys, we are counting down the hours or the minutes. It's minutes now until we go live at 3 o'clock. We have about 2 or 3 more minutes. We would love to recognize you if you are here. Tell us what area or club you are from in the chat if you haven't already. And we want to say hi to you. Oh, I see some people here that's saying hi. Oh, Marianne's here. Hello, Marianne. Rose?
Yeah, Marianne is here. Let's recognize her. She has some great news that she can share with us.
Okay, welcome. Come on, Marianne, are you there? We'd love to recognize you.
Okay, can you hear me? I'm disabled.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I want to say that my wonderful friends in Toastmasters were very supportive to me during my writing journey. I'm an author, and I grew just so much with the Toastmaster experience. And my book has just been recognized in the top 20 list globally for recruiting books. And I really feel like my journey during Toastmasters, because I was with Toastmasters before I wrote the book, and the encouragement and support and nurturing and mentorship that I got from the leaders in Toastmasters were so instrumental in me achieving this level, and I'm forever grateful. And I want to thank all of you. And just like Miss Blanchard says, If you get out if you get everything out of Toastmasters that you can get out of Toastmasters, you will never get out of Toastmasters. And I will never get out of Toastmasters. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much for sharing your Toastmasters testimony. It is really, truly awesome what Toastmasters can bring to each of us, not just an ability to speak in public, but an increased amount of confidence. And in every area of our life, we can be enriched by what we have experienced here. So thank you so much, Marianne, for sharing. Cynthia Abdigan, I see you. Hello, welcome to our award pre-show. Everyone, it has been my distinct pleasure and honor today to serve as your hostess along with my co-hostess, Michelle Quayler. Thank you all so much. Michelle, I'll let you have the last word. We are getting ready to sign off here, but enjoy the show and good luck to everyone.
Thank you. And I would like to also have a shout out to a few other people that have signed in the chat. Matthew Henderson, representing Friendswood Toastmasters, also Samantha Traylor, Honeywell Toastmasters. And I am very excited, and thank you, Rayanne, for asking me to be your co-host. I have greatly enjoyed it, and it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Cheryl.
I'm gonna end up throwing both my shoes and my socks in this phone and Cheryl before the night is over. I can see it now. I see it happening. I see it. I see it.
I'll fix that. Listen, here is an opportunity for us to see life come about. Have you ever heard the story about a little boy? He wanted to do what all little boys want to do. He wanted to go get some candy. And his grandfather, while he was working on some fish, he said, listen, John, go take this basket to the ocean and bring me back some water. John said, okay. He took it. He went all the way to the ocean and he filled it up as best he could. And he brought the basket back to his grandfather. But by the time he got back, water was gone. Grandfather said, yeah, I thought you were going to bring me some water. He said, I did, but it ran out. He said, that's okay. Go back and fill it up and bring it back. So he went back, filled it up as best he could and held it with both of his arms. And he tried to not spill any, but sure enough, by the time he got back to his grandfather, the water was gone. And the little boy told his grandfather in desperation, I had it as full of water as I could possibly do. But as you can see, grandfather, it wasted all before I even got here. Grandfather said, well, look into the basket, son. What do you see? He said, I don't see anything. I dropped all the water on the way coming to see you. He said, but is the basket still dirty and filthy? He said, no, but it doesn't have any water in it either. He said, yeah, but it's washed. He said, now take a look behind you, son. So the little boy looked behind him and he could see all the water he had dropped in the sand. He said, son, a couple of things that you've got to know in this world. If you have something, fill it up with water so that it may be washed clean. Oftentimes, that's us. And he said one other thing. He said, if you ever get lost, just look behind you from where you've come. It'll always lead you to the one that has the answers for you. Today is an opportunity for us to start celebrating other people. Celebrating people that have done so much, that have sent us on little trips, making us believe that we were going to do something else. And before we realized it, they had created something clean in us to prepare us for the next wave. As you can see on the screen, I'm sure you had an opportunity, and I've heard the instructions given from Rayanne and Michelle about how to rename yourself. I want you sit back, take time, and if you were here for the pregame show, you thought that was good, wait till what's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, my pleasure to introduce to some of you, probably not many, our immediate past, distinguished Toastmaster, none other than Kathy Cass. Bring it up, Kathy.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing tonight? This is Kathy, and I'm so honored to be here today. Let's get this party started. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for everyone and everything that you've done so far this year. But you know, because we are Americans and proud to be so, we need to start this party with the Pledge of Allegiance. For that, I'm going to return control back to Cheryl Warren and ask her to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. I appreciate that. It is the year-end celebration, and there are so many of you to celebrate. We will be going through different slides today, showing off the many awards that our district has achieved this year. First of all, I just want to sound check. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Yolanda, for that little thumb up. I had turned down the sound earlier and I wasn't sure if I put it back where it belonged. As we go through tonight, celebrate with me the accomplishments of our district. At this time, I'm going to pass the baton over to our immediate past Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Rose Williams Bradford.
Thank you, Kathy. And again, greetings to everyone. Just wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you yet again for all that was done this past year, for all the accomplishments that were made, and there are many. I want to thank you for helping me achieve a vision of teaching. Reach, teach, and keep has been my vision. And last year was a teach year, and we kicked rocks, actually. So many of you accomplished your goals. There were so many DTMs that we have to do something different just to celebrate you. And so your celebration is indeed coming. So stay tuned for all of you who did such a great job. We appreciate and love you for all your accomplishments, for all the trainers that took the time to dedicate your time for others, for our amazing TLI co-chairs, for Cherry Green. Thank you one and all for my team. I couldn't have made it without you. You made me look good. And I'm so much in awe and in debt to each one of you. I love you and I thank you. And I look forward to continuing on this journey with each of you. Back to you, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Rose. The next person that we're going to hear from is our immediate past growth director, beautiful and wonderful Joe Ido. Joe?
Good afternoon, District 56 dignitaries, Toastmasters, and guests. It has been my distinct honor to serve with Kathy and Rose and to serve with you. This has been a tremendous opportunity for personal and professional growth. I would challenge each one of you to step up to any leadership opportunities within our district and beyond. The year-end district award celebration is about you. Are you ready to rumble? Back to you, Kathy.
Hi, guys. The next person that we're going to hear from is me. Shocking. Every year, we have an opportunity to award people within our district for unique and special strengths that they've exhibited, services that they've given us, excellence shown. And I'm going to now go through just a couple of these. The Gary McCowan Toastmaster Award was created because of non-Toastmaster people who support and facilitate the Toastmaster success in our organization. The person that I'm going to be giving this to, or we as a trio, pardon me, it was not my decision, it was our decision. The person that we're going to be giving this to has shown exemplary service, unbelievable. Every time that we needed her, she was there. The 2019-2020 winner of the Gary McCowan Toastmaster Award is Terry Gatica. What?
Yay!
Terry,
Thank you, Terry.
we couldn't have done it without you, sis. You created tables of food at every TLI, every time we needed you. And when Joe broke her arm, good grief, girl, you loaded and unloaded a whole crate full of equipment and things in order just to support us. And you're not even part of us, but of course you're family, girlfriend. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
So well deserved. Joe, I can't hear her.
Thank you everyone. Can you hear me, Kathy?
I can hear you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I am just so honored, so honored. I just didn't expect this at all. And thank you for making me feel like family, because you are my family and I love every one of you just the same.
We love you too, baby girl. The next award that we're going to be giving today is called the Lone Star Mentor and Club Mentor of the Year Award. District 56 is presenting this to the Toastmaster who makes the greatest difference in the lives of others by supporting leadership through mentoring leaders. Mentoring leaders. What an amazing phrase. The person that is receiving this award tonight is everywhere in our district, left, right, center, and front. She is phenomenal. Please give it up for the Lone Star Mentor, Club Mentor of the Year, 2019-2020, Charla Ozan.
Thank you all so much. This is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. We don't do this alone. Joe is just so phenomenal. There's Pam. I mean, we have so much help and support. Rob, the wonderful clubs. Thank you so much, Kathy. This is amazing. This has been such a joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And our wonderful, wonderful clubs. Again, just amazing team. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yay. We love you, Charla. Oh no, what was that? Charla, you also got another award. You precious heart. We love you so much, baby. She is the most enthusiastic person I've ever met in my entire life. Thank you, Charla.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone. Sweet.
You're welcome. The next award that we're going to be giving is the Burt Mann Spirit of Success Award. Guys, you know, I don't know why I bothered to put on makeup. This is a joke. District 56 Spirit of Success Award is presented in honor of Burt Mann. He was a past District 56 governor who believed in service. He served for 42 years, as long as his health would permit, and we are honored to present the Burt Mann Spirit of Success Award to, are you guys ready? Someone who's amazing. Miss Carolyn Charney. I have no idea what you're pointing at, Cheryl. Okay, there you go. Sorry, Cheryl and I are on tag team here. Now, Carolyn, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about you, beautiful. Carolyn and I have been friends and worked side by side for, gosh, 18 years or something like that. It's been nuts. We worked at MD Anderson together, and I have seen her create so many beautiful opportunities for people to shine. But I think the thing that you're most remembered for, Carolyn, within our district is, I'm not afraid. I'm part of District 56. We're not afraid. Woo, woo.
Thank you. And clearly I was not expecting this because I didn't even have my video camera ready to go on. But thank you very much.
We love you, sis. You deserve this and so much more. Thank you for all you've done, Carolyn. The next award is called the David Abel Award.
Stop video, stop video.
The District 56 Standard of Excellence Award is presented in honor of David Abel. A standard of excellence was a minimal quest for David. As District 56 governor and parliamentarian, David inspired and challenged everyone to their highest level of performance. This award will only be presented to a District 56 Toastmaster for exemplary achievement in either personal performance or performance of responsibilities. The winner of the David Abel Standard of Excellence Award is going to a gentleman this time. He said, it's the journey, not the destination, where leaders are made. Please help me congratulate Robert Bailey.
Wow. I was not expecting that either. I'm like, Carolyn, I wasn't ready. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm speechless. It was getting ready for the conference was a lot of fun. I wish we could have actually had the conference, but the work was a lot of fun. I enjoyed working with Marcia so much and Rose and everybody else. So thank you again.
We love you, Robert. Thank you
Love
so
you
much
too.
for your service, dear friend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. The next award is the Susie Gormley Award. Just a second, y'all. I love it when computers don't work. All right, the District 56 Achievement Award is presented in honor of Susie Gormley. Despite the depth of her physical distress, Susie maintained an active role in Toastmasters, culminating with her term as District 56 Governor in 1982-1983. She inspired all Toastmasters through her unfailing positive attitude, smile, and caring manner, her passion for success and excellence, and her devotion to helping others succeed. There is a lady in our midst who has undergone a lot of adversity this year, tremendous adversity, and yet she continued to not just thrive, not just excel, not just fulfill, but exceed all of our expectations. No matter if there was a fire in her house, or her husband was in the hospital, or COVID hit, or she lost her job, nothing mattered. By the way, she didn't completely lose her job, but a reduction in force, it was really tough. The winner of the Susie Gormley Achievement Award is our finance manager for last year, almost Dr. Becky No.
Thank you, everybody. I'm speechless. Thank you.
You're welcome, precious.
We love you.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh my goodness, girl. You got me crying. I know that didn't take much, right? All right. I'm glad y'all love me in spite of my tears. Oh my. Toastmaster of the Year. When we were looking at Toastmaster of the Year and who that should be, one of the things that came to mind repeatedly was this person had been everywhere across the district, over and over and over. It was nuts. It was almost impossible. How can one person be so many places and serve incredibly selflessly? Ladies and gentlemen, she may have won the world's heart, but she has definitely won ours. Ramona J. Smith. Wow! Where's our beautiful Ramona?
She's trying to get on now, Kathy. She had not made it on yet.
She didn't know it was happening. I'll tell you what, when she does get on, let me know and we'll come back and revisit that one because she deserves this with all my heart. I will tell you too, one other thing about Ramona. She may be the world champion. Hey, baby girl. She may be the world champion, but she is also the future president of Toastmasters International. She's working toward that goal with all of her heart, serving as an area director this year. And she just continues to give and give and give. And we love you, Ramona. We appreciate you, baby.
Wow. Can I be speechless?
Yes. You can. I just hope you know I love you. We really do. I see you driving. Be careful. Be careful. Thank you for popping on for us.
No problem. I'm parking. Nobody told me. I didn't know. I didn't get an email or,
That's kind of how it's supposed to happen, Ramona.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. I see I have to do something because Rose, Kathy, and Cheryl, I mean, you three are so powerful. And the combined powers of the three of you, my first terrific trio, I feel like that's what got me to this next level. So everything I am in Toastmasters, everything I'm going to be in Toastmasters, the three of you will always be monumental and extremely special to my heart for forever and ever. And as you can see, I was on my way to the mall, and then, I called her Auntie Cheryl, get on a Zoom. I didn't say no. I didn't say I was too busy. Whatever it is that I can ever do, gratitude, gratefulness, and appreciation. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Love you, girl. You move it on. I see my green, Eric. Thank you, my timer. Yes. So the next person that we're going to hear from is Judy Omlis. Judy, are you here?
I am.
Yay! Let me start this off by telling you a little bit about Judy Omlis and I and our walk together. Back in the day, I think it was 2016, a little bit earlier than the 2018 Judy that we have, because I think it was that long ago, or maybe even a little bit earlier. I went to a class called Grateful Leadership at MD Anderson Cancer Center as a project manager, where I heard the concept or the idea of acknowledging others. When I heard it, it just was magic to me. It was amazing. And I have formed a friendship and relationship with the author of that book. What? Judy Umlas has been around the world saving lives, literally, with her message of knowing and acknowledging and caring about people. We get to hear from Judy today, so please help me welcome District 56 Communication and Leadership Recipient 2019-2020, Ms. Judy Umlas.
Thank you, Kathy. And I think the host can give me video. I can't get it myself. So it says my video hasn't started.
My team is working.
Okay.
I don't see you yet, but I see where you are.
I did put my makeup on, Kathy. So, you know, I'm gonna wait for the video.
Yeah. So we can't make her. We asked her to turn on her video, but we can't do it for her.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. It was saying the host had to do it, but thank you very much.
So glad you're here.
I am too. And I am so humbled and inspired by this incredible award. I, unlike a lot of you, have known about it for months. I was supposed to be there with you face to face, but this is wonderful because I've been able to invite so many of my wonderful colleagues and friends and family, and I know a lot of them are here today. But Kathy, I really want to direct these words of acceptance of this great honor first and foremost to you, because yes, we met at MD Anderson, and at the end of my Grateful Leadership course, you came up to me and you said, Judy, you looked me right in the eye. You said, Judy, this is my life's work. You've got to certify me to become a Grateful Leadership instructor. Wow, that was a message I could not refuse. And so we began the rigorous process. It took months to complete. And remember when we co-led this course at your Toastmasters annual conference in 2016? I was so thrilled with the way you took all of the concepts and tools and exercises and made them real for hundreds of attendees. And as a result, you became the second IIL Grateful Leadership Certified Instructor authorized to teach this course anywhere and everywhere. And I expect you to do that. Then I was ecstatic to find out that you had made the power of acknowledgement the official theme of your district for your third year as district director. It was so moving to me to know that you had made it your purpose to get this across to all of the wonderful Toastmasters in your district, that this powerful, simple, easy practice is potentially life-altering each and every time we use it. In fact, Kathy, you yourself tell an amazing story about how your deep appreciation of a young girl in a restaurant actually ended up saving her life. The girl's mother found you the next day to thank you. That was after the daughter, you told me, had admitted that she'd been planning to make that meal her last one. But thanks to your appreciation of who she was, she made a dramatically different choice. And believe it or not, I've heard other stories from participants in my work as dramatic as this one. So we never know what difference we'll be making to another human being. Maybe somebody who's had a bad day, somebody who's gotten notice they're being let go, somebody whose relative is sick. We just don't know. And once we're willing to open our hearts, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable enough to let them know authentically and meaningfully that we truly value who they are and what they contribute, it makes a phenomenal difference. I decided to write my first book, The Power of Acknowledgement, published by the International Institute for Learning in 2006. I decided to write it after being terribly frustrated and saddened because so many people would let me know they were not being acknowledged and for who they were or their contributions they made to their teams, to their organizations, to their families even, and to their communities. They usually said something like this when I did show my appreciation to them. I'm so surprised to hear praise. I normally hear only complaints or what I've done wrong. I wrote the book because I couldn't stand it for another minute that so many people didn't feel appreciated, valued, or even visible. And there are statistics that show that lack of appreciation is one of the main reasons good people give for leaving good jobs. Having trained over 100,000 people, I've heard countless stories that illustrate the breakthrough results of this simple, easy to do practice. The power of acknowledgement is also the foundation of the initiative that's based on my second book, this one on grateful leadership. And this is where we came together, Kathy. It was published by McGraw-Hill in 2012. I wrote it because of my conviction that you can only be a successful leader if you can and do show your people that you care about them as people, that you demonstrate your appreciation of them, for them in a heartfelt, profound way. In fact, I promised Kathy I would do a little speed teaching about one of the most important concepts of this initiative that I usually spend at least an hour on because I feel I must get it across to people. I call it the appreciation paradigm. And as you can see from this slide, all three ways of communicating our praise and appreciation to others are valid and important. So most of us were taught as children to say, please and thank you. And we should continue this at work, in families, and everywhere. Recognition is letting people know that they did a good job, as in, thanks for getting that report in early. It really helped our team. It applauds their actions, perhaps even with a gift certificate, something nice for them to have. But an acknowledgement is different. It's heartfelt and it's authentic. It's a communication that lets someone know that they do make a difference to you, to your team, to your community, that you value who they are as a person, not only what they did, that they make a unique and important contribution. People wonder why their teams are unengaged, lethargic, and uninspired. Once we get the distinction between recognition and acknowledgement, we'll be able and willing to make ourselves vulnerable, open up our heart, our mind, our spirit to them. It may take courage, but it's worth it. Try it. Go from recognition to acknowledgement and see the difference that it makes. I consider Kathy and the rest of you who have felt the power of the simple practice to be the torchbearers for this message. And this grateful leadership, 5 C's of acknowledgement, really spell out the how-to of it and how we can become conscious of the acknowledgements that are already in our head and choose to deliver them. Take the courage to deliver them in a heartfelt way, then communicate them, and at last commit to it. So I used to think that it was single-handedly up to me to change the world. It's such a simple concept, but people don't practice it for the most part. So that job I gave myself was pretty daunting. But now I know without a doubt that people like Kathy, whose whole being resonated when she first experienced the power of acknowledgement and grateful leadership in my course, are then driven. And I mean, she practically grabbed me by the collar and said, I've got to become certified, driven to take it forward in a group of movers and shakers like Toastmasters. She and you are the ones who will ultimately make the major difference in the world. I don't have to do it all by myself. We also have a whole community of people around the world who are members of IIL's Center for Grateful Leadership in order to be with like-minded people. So I hope you'll join us. You can do so by going to gratefulleadership.com, one word, grateful leadership with 2 L's, and come to our weekly and monthly events. In fact, you're all invited to our September 10th webinar at 12 noon Central Standard Time, at which Kathy will be making a short presentation about this very award. I'm so proud to accept this Leadership and Communication Award from your district, one of the largest in the world, I'm told. I'm especially moved to know that you now all can and hopefully will be carrying the torch for this message, a message which is my passion, my mission, and my purpose, one that I fervently hope will become yours as well. Thank you. Thank you, District 56. I'm deeply appreciative.
Thank you, my dear friend. Judy, I'm so grateful that you were able to come today and accept this award. It means a great deal to me because I wanted everyone to have the opportunity to see you. I love you, girl. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. You'll do great things in your next phase.
I know, right? Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
At this time, I have the privilege of presenting the various officers who were nominated by their club members to be Officer of the Year. Do you know you can do that? We had some phenomenal responses this year, and I'm going to start with the Sergeant at Arms. Ulysses Soto. I know him. I know him because I was one of the charter members of Missouri City Toastmasters. Whenever I needed anything, he was Johnny on the spot. He was always there, and he has remained there all this time for the past 2 years. It took us an entire year to charter a club. That takes dedication, you guys. Ulysses was there over and over and over. And I hear from his people that he is still doing the same thing. He comes 30 minutes ahead, he stays, he makes sure all of their awards are ready to be given out. He is just a phenomenal leader, and we need to give him a big hand of applause. The next person is also from Missouri City Toastmasters. I had a friend of mine say, oh, did they just write really good letters? He's like, no, they just really won. They had multiple people submitting awards for them. This year we had an outpouring of information from many different clubs and had a lot of beautiful nominees to choose from. Whenever we read about Ulysses and all of the hard work he did with his club in order to assure that they were successful and everything was paid and everything was on time, that was important. But what he also did was fill in any role where it needed to be done. That was what set him above the rest. Elias has been phenomenal over and over and over for the past 3 years that I've known him, but he has proven himself to be true blue and one of those people that you can always count on. Oh, surprise, Jody White. What? Hello, Jody. Katie Toastmasters, Secretary of the Year. If I didn't get one, I got 5 different nominations for Jody White because she is amazing. This woman will not let anything go without somebody being applauded. She takes care of everyone around her. She never slows down. I'm going to get emotional, Jody. I see your cute face over there. But whenever I saw the accolades from your club, Jody, it was crazy. They said that you exemplify Toastmasters and that you should be Toastmaster of the Year for TI, not just Houston. And I have to agree, every time that we call on you, every time you even see a gap, you fill it. Thank you so much for your service, Jody.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh my goodness, Xenia Ship. Another one of those beauties that just blows the world up with her service and her servant leader attitude. Xenia, you had a whole lot of response from your clubs as well. People could not say enough about how wonderful you are, what a great help you are. You actually passed out magazines with the name of your club on the back of them. They told about the opportunities that you provide for people to be mentored and to mentor them. You help everyone around you. And there were just just pages of accolades for you, Xenia. We could not have done this. We couldn't have given to anyone else this. Your family loves and appreciates you. They know who you are, and they want us all to know what a vital, important part you are in their lives.
Thank you so much, Kathy. You know, my husband says that I'm addicted to Toastmasters because I can remember to do anything about Toastmasters, but if it's anything related to the house, I don't remember it. But I have my friends and my relatives with me. My husband is here, and my sisters in Panama City, Panama, and my cousin are also here to join me to celebrate this milestone and this wonderful celebration. I am totally overwhelmed by this recognition, and I will forever cherish this award. Thank you so much.
Aw, thank you so much, Xenia. It is our honor, you know that, girl. Krishna McKinney, Vice President of Membership of the Year. I remember Liberated Toastmasters struggling, and I understand that you brought in 10 people in 2 months. What? That's amazing. How in the world did you manage to do that? And not only that, as Vice President of Membership, in addition to the normal role of a Vice President of Membership, which you fulfill extraordinarily well, you actually found a place for Liberated to meet when they didn't have a place to meet. I just want to applaud you, Krishna. You have gone above and beyond. I even think you cook and bring goodies whenever they're meeting in public. What? You're off the chain. You deserve this award so much, sweetie. Thank you for all you're doing for Liberated, which is now doing really well, and they were struggling for so long. And they attest that to you, my friend. Shen Yang, hi, how are you, my dear? Whenever we were looking at the different VPEs of the year to choose from, the nominations, yours soared above the rest because of the way that your people talked about you. They said that you were out there making sure that everybody knew what they could do. You schedule everything out for everyone. You keep track of all of their awards and their dreams and their hopes, and you make sure that they're accomplished. I just wanted to tell you, we see this and we value this. But most of all, your family at Katie Toastmasters values this. You were not missed, young man. Everyone saw the hard work you put in, and we just want to applaud you and welcome the Vice President of Education for the year. If you have anything to say, Shanna, I'll be listening. Okay, I'm going to assume. Okay, Shan, are you speechless? We're going to move on, but we love you, buddy. Oh, goodness, who is this? President of the Year, Elizabeth Riz. What? Hi, Elizabeth. You go everywhere and do so much. You can't make me cry harder than I am. Whenever they talked about you, Elizabeth, and I was reading the different accolades they sent your way, it was things like tenacious, outstanding, energy, driven, crazy about us and making sure that we are the best club in the entire world, not district. Your people value and appreciate and see all of the hard work that you put in and the dedication you have for Greenway Plaza Toastmasters. We're honored to work with you, sis, but but I want you to know that your people are the ones that pushed you high. There were 8 other presidents we could have chosen from, but the way they glowingly spoke of you, there was no choice. It had to be you, sis. Well done, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much for everything from everyone. I was already crying watching everyone else. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
I'm speechless. I do want to say that the wonder that I felt when I went to the Lunch and Learn with Joe and Pam, I wanted to be a Toastmaster so badly after that. And it took 3 months to charter. And patience is a virtue. We were so zealous of getting everything up and running, but you must be patient if you want to build it properly. And I want to say thank you, extra special from the bottom of my heart, to Pam and Joe for keeping me in the Greenway Plaza and forming it and chartering it. And I could not be here without them. And I've met hundreds of other people, and I look forward to staying in here permanently and forever. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, sis. You're welcome. Woo. Hold on just 1 second, you guys. All right, I am back. Division and area directors. You know, guys, without this group of people, we would not be successful as a district. I just want to take a moment and say being an area director is a deep challenge. It's got a lot of work in it, physical, just get out there and get to the clubs and get to know them and get to love them. But the division director has a role of supporting the area directors that empowers them to do that job. Without the division directors, we would be missing so much of a step. And this year, we had some extraordinary people. The first young lady I'm going to tell you about is Jennifer Gulen. Jennifer, our beautiful Jennifer, has worked tirelessly for her division. She made sure that everything was done to a certain level of excellence beyond which I didn't even dream of. Jennifer, without you, girl, I don't know what we would have done during COVID-19 for Division L. You stepped up, stepped in, stepped out, and took care of business, friend. And in addition to that, you've met your personal goals, which means so much to me. As district director, my job is to support Jennifer. Her job is to support her area directors. And watching her confidence grow and her shoulders go back and her head go up, and just watching her excel and thrive has just been a tremendous honor for me. Jennifer, you have exemplified service. Never wanting to be in the spotlight, and I'm putting you right there right now, but I know you don't like it, but I love you, girl, and it's got to be acknowledged. As Division L Director, you did a phenomenal job. At this moment, I am going to allow Jennifer to now start recognizing her area directors, and then we'll go to Division M and so forth. Jennifer?
Thank you so much, Kathy. Everything that Division L achieved this year would not have been possible without the amazing area directors that I had the privilege to work with. In Area 40, we had none other than Brenda Grays. She was amazing, and she really took the College Station area to the next level, and they had an amazing year this year. Next slide, please. Rashid Huda. He was the L41 division director. I know many of you know Rashid. He was a great amount of support for me. He helped me even in my journey as a division director, and I'm very grateful that we had him, and L41 was able to achieve wonderful things this year. Tanya Nero, this woman, she does so much. She went and taught halfway around the country her first month into area directorship, and her area still did amazing. They couldn't have asked for a better area director, and I couldn't have asked for a better one for L42 either. Let's see. Next slide. And L43, we had Ashley Orlando. This woman exemplified everything that there is that you would want in it's somebody that you're on a team with. Every email, every text, everything, she answered immediately on the spot and never turned down anything that I needed assistance with. L43 was extremely lucky to have her, and we were lucky to have her on our team. Thank you so much, Ashley. And L44, my home area, my partner in crime and all things Toastmasters leadership, Mr. Frank McLaurin. Frank, you were fantastic, amazing, and you led the area with the amazing level of service that you give in our home club and all of our meetings, and I could not have done this year without you. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Kathy, back to you.
Thank you. The next beautiful division director that we're going to talk about is Rhonda Reeves. Now, I don't know if you've had the privilege and honor of being in a Rhonda Reeves class and learning from her and finding out what it means to teach adults like me and you. She is phenomenal. She has kept us on target and on task, helped us to stay organized. But there's so much more than what you see on the surface, because Rhonda has a heart of absolute gold. It drips beautiful gold nuggets everywhere she goes. I swear it should just be like a cascade of stars behind her. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate and value her as a friend, as a sister, and as a division director. She was phenomenal. Whenever she speaks, I want her to tell you guys what the motto was for Division M, because I can't remember, but it was really cute. With that, my beautiful sister, take it away, Rhonda Reeves.
All right, thank you so much, Kathy. Our Division M motto kind of changed as the year went, and it was fine. We allowed all the district or all the area directors to contribute to that. So, by the way, adult learning for you, Kathy, is questionable. All right, so first of all, I just want to say that I was blessed with the fact that I had leaders off the bat that were ready to go in Division M. The bad side was I had leaders that were ready to go in Division M, and they were pulled in so many different directions. And despite that, we came off really successful. So I would like to acknowledge Max Lopez, who had a really tough area. I'm going to acknowledge all of my area directors, whether they're on here or not. Some are joining by Facebook. So Max Lopez had a really tough area with the most corporate clubs who just happened to be facing not only a pandemic, but also one of the biggest downturns in oil and gas. He did what he could to help them and stayed the course. I acknowledge you, Max, and thank you for everything. Amy Bridwell was our sweetest AD, who is family and faith focused with 8 kids of her own, her first grandbaby during the year. She ran her own podcast series, and she earned a DTM through Pathways at the same time. I acknowledge you, sweet lady, and thank you for everything. Erica Sanschulte, whom I highly respect, had the most challenging area to start with 2 clubs about to be suspended, while also being promoted and moving to Maryland. COVID-19 occurred, making it possible for her to finish her duties, gain a new club in her area, and finish distinguished. I acknowledge you, Erica, and thank you for everything. I am addressing our two hardest workers last, Vijay Tharunagaswaram. He joined later than the others, but quickly got moving. He successfully ran a youth leadership program, which continues today. He had highly successful area clubs, did amazing work with his co-chair for the area contest, and ran beautiful area councils, and he finished distinguished. I acknowledge you, Vijay, and thank you for everything. Then there's Tamisha Garner, who I have not even started to thank and acknowledge properly. Tammy was the hardest working member of our team. She was looking for strategic opportunities to help clubs, areas, not just her own, the division and the district move forward. Always looking. She created incredible impact, moving the needle considerably from where her club started. And besides being a superb AD, Tammy was just a superb friend and supporter, supporting me in so many ways inside the division, inside clubs, and simply in life. Tammy is very passionate to the point where it might rub people the wrong way, but it is only because she cares so much and is so driven to help and serve others. I acknowledge you, my friend, and thank you for everything. My job was, as a division director, was to support the area directors. Two of them finished distinguished. It was an incredibly difficult emotional and mental year, and I feel highly successful because my team was successful. Thank you. Give it back to you, Madam Immediate Past District Distinguished Director.
Hi, this is Kathy. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much.
Welcome. You're welcome.
The next person that I have the privilege and honor of acknowledging is my friend Steve Jones. Now, Steve and I have been literally dear friends for 28 years. He is one of the loves of my life. His wife and I lovingly call each other the other woman. But Steve is just a delight and a joy to work with. We have really gone through some stuff this year with Division N. He had 7 different areas in his division, the largest one of any of us. And through it all, he worked tirelessly to make sure that his team felt like a team and bonded. He had one of the only 2 of us had face-to-face contests this year, and Steve was able to pull that off with the help of another division director I get to talk about in a little bit. But Steve, thank you so much for all of your hard work, your tenacity, your sweetness, your friendship, and the fact that you just never give up. I appreciate you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Well, Division N was had a rough start, partly because I wasn't there at the very beginning because I was out traveling, and lo and behold, our division grew from 5 to 7 area directors right off the bat. And so we had Benicio Tapia and Brandon Moore joined us kind of late into the game, but they did such an excellent job. And I want to say thank you so much, Benicio, for what a wonderful job you did. You worked tirelessly, you worked very hard, and you were able to come off with a distinguished area. So congratulations, Benicio, and thank you for your hard work. Next slide.
There you go.
And Sabri, this young man is very energetic and enthusiastic and was never ever able to turn down an opportunity to speak. He was always so eager to speak, and sometimes it was difficult to get him to stop. But Sabri had such a great sense of humor, and I really enjoyed the time that we had working together. Thank you so much, Sabri, for your hard work. The next is Sanjeet. Sanjeet was definitely one of our harder working area directors. He was always checking in, always wanted to make sure that he was doing everything that he could to support his clubs and to support the division. And by golly, he came across as being a select distinguished area director. So congratulations, Sanjeet. Our next division director was Ron Levine. Ron had a bit of a challenge getting started, and it was something that it took him a little bit to catch his stride, but once he did, Ron worked very hard and was always eager to do his part and to help and serve others. And so congratulations, Distinguished Area Director Ron Levine. Thank you so much. Next slide. The next one, Troy Rocket, a member of Katy Toastmasters that has been very highly awarded this evening. Troy was almost always the first one to finish his area director reports. And I can't thank you enough, Troy, for the hard work that you've done. And congratulations on earning Select Distinguished as an area director in 2019-2020. Congratulations, Troy. Our next director is Samantha Traylor. Samantha has been a really good friend of mine. We have grown, and I remember a conversation that we had more than a year ago when we were talking about her strengths, and she was, by golly, going to make sure that I knew that she was an influencer. And I can tell you for a fact that Samantha definitely is an influencer, and I'm so glad to have had her as part of my team this year. So thank you so much for your hard work, Samantha. Congratulations. And last but not least, Brandon Moore. Brandon had a really, really fun year. Not only did he have new clubs, he had new clubs that vanished almost as soon as they started. And he tried his best and was always so eager and encouraging and supportive of his clubs. And, you know, we didn't make a distinguished area this year, Brandon, but, you know, you did a great job, and I'm so pleased to have had you on my team. Thank you so much. As a team, Division N was incredibly successful, and I thank you all.
Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate you, buddy. The next person that we're going to acknowledge is Chandra Munagavalasa. Chandra, I did it. I did your name. I'm so proud. But it has always been a challenge for me. Chandra, thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication. You just made it seem simple, and yet look at what your division has done. You lead from behind, you lead with grace, charm, and a sense of humility that to me exemplifies a level 5 leader. I am honored, sir, that you are now our club growth director, and I look forward to the rest of the years that you serve our district. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for your heart, your soul, your mind, your spirit. I know that you've had a challenging year as well, but through it all, my dear friend, you have just excelled and exceeded all of my expectations. Thank you so much, young man. With that, I pass the baton to you, Chandra.
Thank you, Madam Past District Director. I can sum up all the hard work Division O area directors has done in just one line. They are simply phenomenal. I do not want to single out any area director because in Division O, we all worked as a team, and they made me look good at the end of the day. You know, Division O in particular has faced a very big challenge last year. It's not as big as COVID, but there are many corporate clubs in Division O. And because of the declining crude prices, and you all know that the health of these corporations, they depend on the crude prices, it actually did affect the Division O Toastmasters Club. And because of these exemplary Division O area directors, and of course, the help of the past club growth director, we had a net positive gain in the number of clubs. Yes, we do have a positive gain. At the end of this year, Toastmasters year last year, we had 8 president distinguished And our base was 26 clubs, and we ended up with 28 clubs. That's a net growth of 2 clubs. And on top of this one, the area directors had done an outstanding job in bringing the TLI back to Division O. Now it's all virtual, but in the past, since it's physical, we did not have a TLI in Division O, and they have done a wonderful job to bring that up. And that was a wonderful achievement by this outstanding teamwork. That is why I wanted to recognize as a team instead of an individual. Now I wanted to recognize the team. Division O, Area 10 Director, 2019-2020, Distinguished Toastmaster, David Cosda. Division O, Area 11 Director, 2019-2020, Distinguished Toastmaster, Otto Fanini. Division O, Area 12 Director, 2019-2020, Billy Gist. Division O, Area 13 Director, Distinguished Area, 2019-2020, Distinguished Toastmaster, Catherine Walter. Congratulations, Catherine, for the Distinguished Area. Division O, Area 14 Director, Distinguished Area, 2019-2020, Distinguished Toastmaster, Jude Wiggins. Again, Jude Wiggins, congratulations for the Distinguished Area. Thank you all, Division O Area Director. It was really a pleasure working with you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Past Distinguished District Director.
Well done, Chandra. Well done. Well done to all of our area directors so far. And I don't know that I've said this out loud, you guys, but as soon as this is done, we will be providing everyone with a Hall of Fame that you can get on our website. And all of these plaques that you see will literally be mailed to your homes. Make sure your addresses are up to date. The next person that we're going to be talking to is one of my all-time favorites, Miss Carolyn Hamilton. You know, Carolyn didn't come by herself. She's a package deal. And her husband, Roy, was at every event. He is just a darling, and we love him deeply. During the time that Carolyn and I worked side by side, I got to know her intimately and well. I understood who she was. Somebody, we need to mute everybody. Thank you. I understood who she was and what she stood for, her values, her family, her life. And I watched her come into her own. I know that Roy was always there, but Carolyn handled a lot of more things this time than I've ever seen her do on her own, with her own 2 feet and her backbone straight. And I was very, very proud of you, Carolyn, as you continued to grow and become the most beautiful leader ever. They did have some challenges this time. They had a couple area directors that were unable to fulfill their roles. And Carolyn and her team just swole up and filled the gap. That is something that I deeply admire. At this time, Carolyn, I'm going to pass the baton to you so that you will have an opportunity to recognize your beautiful leaders.
Thank you, Kathy. Our area, the Division P, did have some challenges. That's very true. But the area directors, each of them were so powerful, and each of them grew. I could just see them changing because they realized, oh, I need to go over here and do this so we can make this work for everybody. And I think that it was a really gift to me to help me learn that I don't have to rely on Roy. I can rely on myself to make the decisions that are important for Toastmasters, are important for the growth of the people. So I just want to really say thank you for the opportunity to do this. The first person that I'd like to recognize is Stephen Koji. He had his area spread from across Clear Lake all the way over, and he lives in Lake Jackson. So to be able to communicate and help these people was really hard, a big challenge. And he also was helping the area one. There were 2 clubs in his area that weren't his, but he took them over and helped them. So I really appreciate what he did. The next slide, please. is Stephanie Loving. She helped us at the beginning of the first probably 4 months, and then there were family issues that came up that she wasn't able to help us, but she was a tremendous person and is a tremendous person. I really acknowledge her for her gift that she gave us, and with her helping Harold when they were doing all the parts for defining the areas for the whole district. The next slide, please. LaTanya Jones. This woman is amazing in that she can, the way she thinks, just her organizational skills and the way she helped the whole group be able to put things in order, to be able to make it all work together. And I'm really proud of her. It was great. She would be sitting, I wasn't literally, but she would be sitting there and say, Carolyn, are we going to do this? Oh, what about this one? Okay. And she would just keep going. Next slide, please. Jason Keith, he's amazing too. His ability to help us with the background of working with Microsoft, with working anything we needed to be able to pull it together. And it was so great. And he made such a great Toastmaster when we did our Division P. I'm sorry, I've lost it.
Contest. Our Division P contest.
Division P contest. And the last is Michelle Cuellar. And Michelle, she has grown, she has stretched, she has learned. I think she'd been a rubber band. You think of them stretching and will they go back to their original shape? No. So Michelle has done a wonderful job, and she lives way north, and then the 3 clubs that she had were way south, and she would come down and minister to these people and get online with them. She did a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Michelle. Madam
Thank you,
Toastmaster.
Carolyn.
I'm returning it back to Kathy.
Yes, thank you so much. Michelle, did you want to say something real quick?
I'm sorry.
Michelle, did you want to say something real quick? No? Okay, cool. The next division director that we're going to recognize, I call my hero. I have to tell you, Cindy Petrash was just amazing. Whenever our district hit upon something bizarre, like a water main break in downtown Houston, who would have thought in any world that it would stop them from having a meeting in Katy? What? Never entered our minds. But when we found ourselves in a bind, it was Cindy who was like, I can help. Let me help. I've got this. I watched her during the Division N contest, not hers, Division N contest, run back and forth, up and down stairs, letting people in here and there. And what it showed was not that she had really good legs to run with, although she did, but that she had a heart of gold, and she was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that Division N was successful. The character that I saw in you, Cindy, blew me away. One of the things that Cindy shared with me in the beginning was that she wanted to become a softer leader. I think she has more than succeeded at that. She has become a servant leader in a true spirit. I'm really grateful that I have the opportunity to work with you. I'm sorry I'm a wuss. We all know that I'm a wuss. I can't seem to help myself. But Cindy, thank you for letting us get to know you a little bit. And I look forward to seeing you in other leadership positions so we can get to know you even more. She has had a very successful year, and I will now pass the baton to Cindy so she can brag on her beautiful people. Cindy?
Thank you, Kathy. That's not very fair. I cry too easily too, so I'm here trying not to cry. I have to tell everyone how blessed I feel. Shame on you. How blessed I feel to work with the 5 area directors,
that I got to work with this year. Such a diverse group, so different, had different strengths and brought their strengths and their dedication to Toastmasters and the members of their clubs. And I appreciate it so much. So my first area director was Mari Perez. She worked so hard in her area to get to know all of the members of her clubs. She was at their meetings all the time. She made sure that as a team, we got together. She wanted us to meet in person. She didn't like the Zoom business before we had to. She wanted us to meet in person and to get to know each other and work with each other. Mari also was very dedicated to making sure our area contest went off without a hitch, and I appreciate Mari so much. Next, we have our R61 area director, John Green. John had an especially hard year this year because his company had him traveling all over the place. And it was kind of a blessing when COVID began because he could actually sit in one spot. So he somehow managed to meet all of his obligations and meet his clubs and be there for his presidents, even despite all the traveling he did. He was amazing. Next, we have distinguished area R62, Bio Attendee. I can tell you, I am still learning that technology needs to become my friend. Not yet, we're not friends, but Bio was always there to help support me and to help me grow in that area. And had it not been for him, that area contest would not be as smooth because he truly helped Mari and I with the technology end of it. And I appreciate Bio so much. Next, we had another division area, R64, Brenda Villagran. Now, Brenda was definitely out of her comfort zone by stepping into the role of area director, and I was so impressed with her courage. She got to know her members and was there to support her team. And as many of you know, she has gone on, and this year she's a division director. Wow. Wow to your courage, Brenda. The next area director we have is Monique Ramos. Monique was working so hard to earn her distinguished Toastmaster this year. And as she was working on that so diligently, she had dedication to the nth degree to work with all of her clubs and get to know the members. And she was calling lots of different sources to find out how she could help, how she could support, and what is it that she needed to do next. And I'm just so grateful for all 5 of my club leaders. And thank you so much for allowing me to tell them how much I appreciate them. Back to you, Madam District Director.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, darling. I'm sorry I cried on you, babe. I know. I'm a big wuss too. You did great. You did great. The final person that we're going to be talking to tonight, as far as the division director goes, is Rayanne George. Now, Rayanne, one of the things that I noticed about you straight away was, how can I teach my area directors? What can I do for them? What kind of a program can I provide for them? And over she was like, Kathy, I think I'm going to teach them about distant learning, and then I think I'm going to teach them about how to have soft skills, and I think I'm going to teach, and it was just always thinking and planning and scheming and trying to figure out what would help her area directors be the best, have the best opportunity for growth possible. I was impressed with that, Rayanne. I was impressed with the fact that you were thinking so much about others and very seldom thought about yourself. You are a wonderful leader, young lady, and we are honored to have you stepping in as finance manager this year. Look at you go, girl. So thank you so much, sweetie, for all you do and for your thoughtfulness. And one more thing, I don't know if y'all saw before this show, we had another show from 2 o'clock till 3 o'clock. It was the brainchild of Michelle and Rayanne, I believe. and they just interviewed various Toastmasters. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Thank you, ladies, for stepping up. Rayanne, take it away, sis.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Such kind words. The beauty of acknowledgement that we all know. I had a really amazing year as Division Q director, and it's really because I worked with such awesome people. It really just touched my heart to see their courage, their energy, the amount of themselves that they dedicated to this role. And I just say heartfelt, thank you, thank you, thank you all so very much. First up, we have Miss Allison Beckford. I see you, Allison. Thank you so much for your service this year. Allison is a busy mom, a wife, an entrepreneur, and yet she found time for multiple club visits, even my own club. I miss you at our meetings, Allison. Feel free to come back anytime. Thank you for your service. I really appreciate having you as one of our area directors in Division Q. David Bell, I see you. Thank you. This year, your organization was amazing. I love that Q51 newsletter. Man, you are just such a leader. It was a great pleasure to have you, and congratulations on being elected as the Division Q 2020-2021 director. I know the division is in great hands, and I'm happy and here to support you if you ever need any help. Miss Basma, she just disappeared. She was here. Basma Al-Cocoon, thank you so much, Basma. Distinguished area, ending as a distinguished area. One of the things I really enjoyed about Basma was her energy. I remembered right at the very beginning, it was the conference, and this lady came up to me and she was really heavily pregnant, and she said, I want to be an area director. And I said, are you sure? But man, she has just continued throughout the birth of Salim. She was there for her clubs. She helped organize a club that needed a pathways coach. So thank you so much, Basma. It has been my true honor to work with you. And you know what, guys? Basma is still working. She is a coach this year for clubs. So well done. Next up, Patricia Cook. Patricia, what can I say but thank you? You have really excelled in your role as area director, ending as a distinguished area. Your care for the clubs has been so evident. You know, we would talk and she would say, these coaches, oh, I need help with this. And Patricia, I was always happy to help you. Thank you for leading with having area councils and for being so present with your clubs. Jin Yu, next up, Jin Yu. Jin had a particular challenge this year, but you know what? The power of your word. He was in an area that had only corporate clubs, and he said, this year, I want to help my clubs and I want them to compete in contests. And not only did his clubs compete in contests, which can be difficult for corporate clubs sometimes, but one of the contestants went on to almost the finals in the tall tales. And it was such a pleasure to see his word and his dedication being manifested throughout the year. Thank you so much, Jen. And finally, in memoriam, we honor Paul Ralph. Paul was a dedicated Toastmaster who came to us this year, and I look back and I can see so many times when I viewed or I saw him acting in his role as area director. Not only did he come as an area director, but when one of his clubs was struggling, he said, well, I'm free on Friday morning. I'm going to go join that club. And he did. And it was such a pleasure to work with Paul, and so heart-wrenching and difficult for us to lose him. Paul, we love you. We miss you. I miss seeing you and interacting. We were so proud to come and visit you in your new building and really be there with you as we celebrated that move. And at this time, I would like to acknowledge Paul's daughter, Miss Lisa Thompson, and give her an opportunity to bring greetings on behalf of Paul's family. Lisa?
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to accept this on Dad's behalf. Dad was honored to serve District 56. He loved the Toastmasters program and the voice that it gives to its members. Dad used his voice to support his gift of mentoring and uplifting those around him. He was always able to show you his vision of your potential in a way that made you truly believe it. Dad would search out opportunities to mentor those who needed his encouragement the most. One shining example was his work with the Prisoner Entrepreneurship Program. My hope is that each and every one of you will take your voice, follow Dad's example, uplift not only those around you, but seek out others who need you to share your gift. On behalf of the Ralph family, thank you for making Dad a part of the District 56 Toastmasters family. Madam Division Director.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Our hearts are full, and we appreciate you coming here and sharing a testimony of all with us. Madam District Director, Ms. Kathy Kest.
Very much, Rayanne and Lisa. We love you, and Tracy. I saw that Tracy was there as well. Whoops, I did something too far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that Paul would love this, but we have this crazy cool lady that we have to talk about that is going to be named Area Director of the Year. Now, we've talked about her a little bit here and there. We've given her a couple little accolades because she's ridiculous, and every time I turn around, she's doing something else cool. But my favorite memory, oddly enough, is whenever I saw her at Division and Contest, and she was in distress. Now, she wasn't in distress for herself. She was in distress for her division. She wanted them to be successful, and she was afraid they wouldn't make it. But do you know what? It just showed us what a beautiful, beautiful heart you have. Ladies and gentlemen, Area Director of the Year this year is Michelle Quayler.
Wow, surprised. Thank you, Kathy, for this acknowledgement.
Thank you, Michelle. And we have a guest speaker. Richard, you want to say a couple words?
I do. Yes, let me say that if you know my wife, you know her heart, and she puts her heart into it. And so I'm going to describe a few adjectives that describe her heart, if I can get through it. Therefore, her H is for the hard work and humor that she adds to all of her meetings and table topics. The E is for the encouragement she has to others, and for the excitement and enthusiasm that she has. A is for always wanting to acknowledge others. So I'm glad you guys are talking about acknowledgement, because that's what she does always. And R is for always doing the right thing. She always wants to make sure it's right and good. And so she's always trying to do that. And T, it would be for her talent and tenacity for getting it done. You are very, very well deserved. Congratulations, honey.
Thank you. For those that don't know, Richard's my husband. We're a member of Deerwood Toastmasters together too. Thank you, Kathy, for that acknowledgement. It was very much a surprise.
I'm so glad we were finally able to keep it a secret. Michelle, I just want to point out your award is not spelled right, but we love you, and we've got it already in the order. We made a mistake, so love us through it. What is that? Fail fast and keep on going. But we'll take care of it. We love you, sweetie. Congratulations.
Thank you for the acknowledgement. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sis. Well deserved. The next person that we're going to be acknowledging is called the Division Director of the Year. Drum roll, please. Jennifer, are you out there, beautiful? Can you see this? We love you, Mama.
I can see it.
You know, we couldn't give you any great hints, but we did invite someone to speak on your behalf.
That's why you wanted her number. That's messed up.
Melissa, could you say a few words about your beautiful sister, Jennifer?
Well, unlike Jennifer, I actually will say some really nice things about her. Jennifer is truly somebody that helps me through everything. She's incredibly smart. She can be rotten as no get out, and she talks a lot of mess about me. But what I've realized is that in Toastmasters, she cares about what she does, and she cares about the people, and it shows. And what I can say is I'm super proud of you.
Oh.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate you, sweetie. And Jennifer, you know, whenever it was a discussion amongst the trio, by the way, none of these decisions were made by Kathy Cass. They were all made by Joe, Rose, and I. And whenever we looked at the level of service and the way that you had not just served your division, but also our district, we had to give it to you, Jen. We had to. It wasn't a question. We appreciate you so much, sis. You have just always gone above and beyond in everything you touched, and we love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very, very welcome. Stay my friend, Jennifer. I love you.
I love you too.
At this time, I need to pass the baton to our beautiful past Club Growth Director, our current Program Quality Director, Joe Ida.
Thank you, Kathy. It is my honor to pass out the Club Growth Director Awards. What an honor. We had an extraordinary year. Let's first start with the sponsoring Club of the Year. This club worked tirelessly by providing support and guidance to get a prospective club chartered, by allowing new Toastmasters and club officers to shadow experienced Toastmasters and club officers. This sponsoring club modeled what it takes to be a quality, sustainable club. Even today, this club is still engaged with their sister club. The sponsoring Club of the Year goes to Pathways of Professional Speakers. Next slide. A club sponsor is appointed to get a prospective club through the chartering process. You heard Elizabeth earlier in the program. This club sponsor of the year with no prior Toastmaster experience was relentless. She called Toastmasters a dozen times, if not 3 dozen, asked tons of questions, and wouldn't quit until the club got chartered. The club sponsor of the year goes to Elizabeth Ruiz. A club coach becomes an advisor to an existing club facing challenges where membership has dropped to 12 or less. The club coach of the year not only raised their assigned club to distinguished status, but also was active in monthly club coach meetings to help other coaches through their challenges. Club coach of the year goes to Adam Hud. Congratulations. The club growth directors cannot do the job alone. Teamwork makes the dream work. I would like to acknowledge my 2019-2020 marketing team. Let's start with the 2019-2020 Club Quality Chair, distinguished Toastmaster Charlotte Ozen. Charlotte recruited, trained, and assigned mentors to newly chartered clubs. Did an awesome job. Our club sponsor chair was none other than Rob Supton. Visionary Communication 4, Rob recruited, trained, and assigned club sponsors to newly chartered clubs. Rob and Charla were each other's backup. I like to say like peas and carrots, always helping each other out. Our club retention chair and push to DTM chair was distinguished Toastmaster Deidre Clay. Deidre took her assignments and ran with it, developed a visionary five-step process for club coaches. She helped so many Toastmasters reach their goal to become a distinguished Toastmaster this last year. Great job, Deidre. Our New Source Club Resource, I think I said that wrong again. It's a mouthful. Our New Source Club Resource Chair, say that 3 times, past Distinguished Governor, Distinguished Toastmaster, Gail Lover. Gail organized, scheduled, and assisted in demo meetings through District 56. Gail is always ready to serve. She's an incredible person to work with. Thank you, Gail, so much. Our Club Extension Chair, past International Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Pamela McCowan. Pam is affectionately known as the godmother of District 56. As Club Extension Chair, Pam assisted in club recruitment efforts, membership promotion, membership retention, and new club program development. She does so much for District 56, and for me, I can't say enough about Pam. Thank you so much, Pam. Our Youth Leadership Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster, Soraya Muhammad. Soraya is passionate about youth leadership. She has held numerous youth leadership programs, answered club gavel club questions, and has networked across the globe with other youth leadership programs. Soraya is just awesome, and we wish her all the best in her continued journey with youth leadership. We also have our Speechcraft Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster, Cynthia Abdon. Cynthia has been actively engaged in Speechcraft for years and continues to bring this gift to those in our district. She loves Speechcraft, and she's always there to help answer any questions you may have. And of course, finally, last but not least, is our awards chair, Distinguished Toastmaster James Tomlin. James can do amazing things with data and Excel spreadsheets. His work kept district leaders on track for all of these awards. The 2019-2020 marketing team was only successful because of the support of other district leaders, division directors, area directors, club officers, and every member throughout our district. Thank you so much for everything that you have done. Teamwork makes the dream work. Back to you, Kathy.
Well done, Joido. Woo! Boy, you just whizzed right through that and everyone was acknowledged. I appreciate you, sis. The next person up for our program is our beautiful current district director, but our program quality director for last year, Rose Williams-Bradford. Take it away, Rose.
Thank you, Kathy. Program quality is responsible for a couple of areas: training our club officers and our district leaders, for handling and organizing speech contests, and for the spring conference. Those 3 areas. I want to recognize those individuals who made it happen. Those individuals who were up front and some behind the scenes. I want to start off by acknowledging our TLI, what we call right now club officer training. I have 2 amazing ladies. The first one that I want to talk about is Miss Rhonda Reeves. Rhonda is an educator extraordinaire. She helped us transition the way we have our learning to adult learning, experiential learning. Rhonda made it look so easy. She helped you and me rather, excel in this area. And because of what she brought last year and the year before, we are on a great track now that Joe is continuing. Let me acknowledge distinguished Toastmaster Rhonda Reeves, and thank you so much, sis, for your leadership. The next individual that I want to acknowledge is Miss Carolyn Charney. Now, Carolyn is right there with Joe. She has had a passion in helping, whether it was from electronics, data entry, or whether it was out front with her leadership style that pulls everyone in, that makes you understand it because of the way she delivers it. Carolyn let us know that we're leaders. We're in District 56. We don't have to be afraid. And she gave practical examples in everything that she did. Carolyn and Rhonda made me look good in what they did. So thank you for your style. And I have to end by saying, not only was she a friend and a leader to me, Carolyn's my sister. Thanks, sis. And then we have our distinguished club program chair. We heard a little bit about Tammy a while ago, and it's true. Tammy crosses her T's, dots her I's, and she makes sure that what she knows, you know. She's passionate about everyone excelling, getting the information out, providing it in a manner that you can understand it. And she did that exceptionally well. Thank you for giving me everything I need to make my reports so that the district would know where we stand at any point in time. Thanks, Tammy. If you want something to be known, you need to market it. You need to get the word out. You need to be passionate about what it is you're trying to sell. And our conference marketing chair, Javier Flores, distinguished Toastmaster, did that par none. Thank you, Javier, for being so passionate about us marketing and selling our conference so that it will be well attended. COVID didn't let it happen, but I bet the whole district knew about it. And that's because of you. Thank you, Javier. Our spring conference co-chairs was Robert Bailey, who we recognized a little earlier because of the other award. So he and his co-host, Marsha Marriott, were amazing. They started off the year running. They organized, scheduled meetings, planned meetings, were always on the job, always going the extra mile to make sure we had an awesome spring conference. And I was so bummed that it didn't get to happen because I know it was going to be the best one yet. I want to give accolades and thanks to you, Marsha, for all you did. And I have another extra present that will be sent along with this plaque because you are an example of a great leader in District 56. Thank you. And then sometimes things change. And when they're changed, other individuals step up because of the core values that we have. So I want to give a special thanks to Marcia Hudgens. I think I misspelled your name, but we want to thank you for stepping up. I've always talked about being able to show up, step up, and speak up, and you did just that. Thank you for being willing to serve in such a short notice. At this time, I will pass it back to you, Madam District Director. Well, let me just take a moment and do this. Kathy, we love you. I'm speaking to you from the district. We love your compassion. We love who you are. We love your leadership. We love the way you acknowledge and love on us. Thank you for being our leader this year. Thank you for handling the hard questions. Thank you for the manner in which you did so, regardless of whether I was pushing you or anyone else. Thank you for using wisdom. The district would like to tell you how much we acknowledge you and how much we appreciate your heart, your compassion, the way you love, even the way you cry. We love you, sister, and we give you all accolades for serving in such an excellent manner this year.
Thank you, Rose. That was very sweet. I appreciate you, sis. Well, at this time, there are a few more people that need to be acknowledged for outstanding service and special honors. Please bear with me as I go through the people that I love. And one of them would be my beautiful Rose. So whenever Rose and I first started, have you ever heard the term forming, storming, then performing, and what's storming? No, forming, storming, norming.
Norming and performing.
Yes. We went through it. We did. My sister and I, we were not immediately each other's fan. I didn't know how to take her. She didn't know how to take me. And you know what? We grew and we loved and we gained so much respect for each other that many things are just like clockwork for us now. We became dear friends. We became confidants, and we became leaders together side by side. There's no way in the world this year would have been what it is without you, Rose. I couldn't have done it without you, sis, and I love you so much. You made it possible. You kept going and pushing and trying so hard to make sure everyone was educated in our district. That was your biggest priority, next to, of course, your handsome husband. But there's just so many things that you do excellently. But one of the things that I think that everyone here should know about you is that harmony is your first strength. And I find that to be such a beautiful gift for our district, because it's not always easy to pull together so many different personalities and strong beliefs. And yet you find a way to bring harmony to us all. And I have always valued that, Rose. Thank you so much, sis, for all that you've done for me personally, but for our district mostly. And we may as well go on with all the mushiness. All right, Joe, I want to see your cute face. Hi, honey. So whenever I was elected as your district director, we had another young lady that was also elected as club growth director. About a month into it, she was just like, this isn't for me. I did not realize how much computer work there was, and I'm not interested in doing this anymore. I was stunned. I didn't even know what to do with that. I called someone that I dared to dream might perhaps consider, think about, contemplate, maybe would be our club growth director. It took Joe Ido 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And she came back to me and said, service above self. Yes, I accept that role. What? Guys, if y'all don't know what it means to be a club growth director, it's a big job. You're helping clubs to find themselves and to become leaders themselves. You're helping them to even get a vision of it. You're going out and doing sales pitches to companies and giving them information that helps them to begin to imagine what Toastmasters can bring to them. Joe Ido did a phenomenal job this year as club growth director, but she did it not because of the job itself, but because of the person that she has always been. Joe has never been one to toot her own horn. So I will do it for her. I love her. I respect her. And anytime I get to work with you, Joe Ido, I am on your team. It is with great honor that I acknowledge my sister and friend, Joe Ido. Thank you, sis, for all your hard work.
Thank you, Kathy. You do realize this is being recorded and I could hold you to that statement.
Yes, I do. I do indeed, my friend. I love you, girl. Oh, Becky, no.
Love you too.
Mwah. Becky, no, Becky, no. Oh my gosh, babe. So whenever I needed a finance manager, I had the bizarre encounter with Becky in College Station. I didn't know her then. I really didn't know Becky well. We knew each other's names, but she said that she was an auditor. And I'm like, oh, auditor? I could use that. What do you think, Becky? She said, really? What, me? I'm like, oh, baby, you have no idea. But guys, I didn't know the value I was getting whenever I asked Becky No to be our finance manager. I had an inkling, but I didn't really understand it. I remember one time when Becky and I were talking and I said something inadvertently that hurt her feelings. Oh Lord, I didn't even know. I didn't mean to. I loved her so much, but I hurt her to her core. And it was just a misunderstanding. But do you know what she did? She let me know about it. She shared it with me. We talked it out. She saw in my heart, in my eyes, in my actions that I would never deliberately hurt my friend. And she stood beside me this entire year. I want to tell you, finance is not my strength. Right, Carol Caraway? It is not my strength. And I knew that I had to have someone to guide me and to support me and to help me so that our district would become a thing of beauty. Thanks to the support of Becky No, our district's in good shape. Our audit went without question. Becky, I could not have chosen another human being on the planet that would have been a better partner, better sister and friend than you in this. Thank you, sweetie, so much.
Thank you, Kathy, and thank you for letting me have this opportunity this year. It was awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. The next person I want to talk to and talk with is Amish Patel. You know, Amish is the same scenario as what I had with Joe. Almost immediately, the gentleman that was going to be our public relations manager just couldn't do it. Life got in the way and he was unable to fulfill that role. But Amish took a lot longer than Joe to tell me yes. He took 4 hours, not 4 minutes. What? Once again, he stepped up and stepped through the gate whenever I desperately needed someone to walk beside me. With Amish's support and help, guys, we have a new website. Now, I'm not going to say it's just Amish or it's just Kathy, because that would be erroneous. It's Joe Ido, big time. Rose Williams Bradford, big time. And so many others that I can't even name them all. We had an opportunity to make it shine, and I will tell you that Amish was there the whole way. He worked with his work and his children and his family, but he made sure that we were successful in this. And Amish, I want to tell you, thank you, young man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you did and for your willingness to be a servant leader and work with this.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for allowing me to serve. It was a growth that I didn't expect. It was an exhibition of limitations that I've been able to foresee and overcome and see where to move on from there. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Amish. I don't know, Dr. Z, are you even here? Dr. Richard Zemecki? I will tell you guys a little tidbit about Dr. Z, whether he's here or he's not, is that he is the senior member of District 56. He has been in my club, my home club, for 46 years. He has a doctorate and he's a lawyer. He is also one of my dear friends from my home club, Postdoc Toastmasters, and he's a parliamentarian. Whenever I needed someone to stand beside me and to teach me with a great deal of patience, it was Richard Zemecki that I called on. He has been a wonderful support and a wonderful leader. I couldn't have done this year without him literally in my ear during those deck meetings and the district council meetings. He has just really held my hand and helped us walk through this journey. We all owe a great debt of gratitude to Dr. Richard Zemecki. Thank you, Richard. Whenever I heard that Terry Green would consider being my logistics manager, I just started bawling. Guys, a logistics manager is the person that stands beside you and makes sure that everything works, that the tables are where they need to be, and that the equipment brought from the warehouse is on time and on target, and she organizes the people to keep the kitchen working and to make sure that even the PowerPoints and everything works. She is our sergeant at arms in a club, the equivalent for the entire district. She has worked tirelessly and diligently to make sure that every record is maintained appropriately. She is an excellent logistics manager, far beyond anything I deserve. I am so grateful. And because Terry has been so diligent, dedicated, and wonderful in everything she touches, she is now our public relations manager. I almost said program quality. Speaking into the future, Terry. But she is currently our public relations manager, and she will continue to lead our district in wonderful directions. Thank you so much, sis. And thank you for passing the baton to Jennifer so well. You're such a gracious leader, babe.
You're welcome.
Yay. Jody White, I have to talk to you, young lady. I know who you are. I know the value of you. I know that you're just ridiculously talented. But whenever I saw what you had done with our Hall of Fame book this year, I was floored. Good, it's beautiful, Jody. The amount of time that you spent doing this was phenomenal. Your creativity, your ideas, your thoughts, the way that you handle us and make us get in line and do what we need to do in order to help everybody be successful is with grace and charm and gentleness. You are a true leader, Jody White, and there's a reason you got all the accolades earlier. But I wanted you to have just this small token of our appreciation for all your hard work. And I wanted to make sure you knew that we see that. Thank you, ma'am. And finally, Curtis McLemore, are you around out there? I hope he is. But Curtis McLemore, I saw for the first time in Division L. He was giving a speech, and I thought, this guy's pretty cool. He's very professional. He has something that I want to learn. When can I work with him? And I asked him when I was a club growth director if he would work with me, and he said no. I asked him when I was public program quality director if he would work with me, and he said can't do that either. When I became district director, I asked him if he would work with me, and he said, doing what? And I asked him to be my club coach. I had my executive coach for District 56, and I don't know that anyone's ever done that before. But I knew that I needed that level of professionalism, that insight from a managerial level, and Curtis has done that. I will tell you quickly about the $100 challenge. When I first asked him to be my coach, he said, Kathy, I'm not an easy taskmaster. Are you sure you want this? I'm like, yes, sir. And he said, well, then what is on your plate? What do you need to do now? And I said, well, the next thing I need to do is the district success plan. He said, good, when can I have it on my desk? I was taken aback. It's like, well, let me think, you're not part of the trio. You're not part of my executive committee. And then I remembered I'd asked him to be my coach. Therefore, I said, okay, in 8 days. Well, that's a pretty big undertaking for 8 days. He just wanted a draft, but still, that's a lot of work. Then he said, what time? What? All right, I'll play. What about 2 p.m.? He said, great. So on this particular date at 2 p.m., I will have that in my inbox. For yes? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. You can tell the commitment there, right? The next question really floored me. He said, what is the consequence if you do not come to, if that's not in my inbox whenever you said it would be? I'm like, sir? Curtis said, Kathy, who holds you accountable? My answer was nobody. And he said, until now. Curtis gave me the challenge that he wanted me to get a $100 bill and tack it to my board. And he said, until you deliver the product you promised to deliver, that $100 bill has my name on it. I couldn't believe it. You better know I learned a lot about accountability that day. And he has changed my life so profoundly. One other thing he told me that was really important, he said, Kathy, you can take this district and make them successful, or you can leave them in a shambles. How hard are you willing to work? Having an executive coach is amazing. But the Curtis McLemore moment was something I will never forget. If you're there or you're not there, Curtis, know that I appreciate you, sir. The next person that I want to talk about.
Right there he is.
Curtis, you're here now? Curtis, are you out there?
Am I not supposed to be there?
I really want you to be there. Did you hear all those accolades I gave you?
No, I didn't.
Well, I can't go through them again because we don't have time.
I understand.
But I do want to tell you that I love you. And I gave you the $100 back that we promised from a long time ago.
Thank you.
Everybody knows your story now, Curtis.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
With that, I need to move on and talk about my beautiful Camille, but I'm glad you made it. I wish you'd come in just a touch earlier, but it's not your fault. Here we go. All right, here we go. Camille Morales. Camille, are you out there, girl? Hi. Hi. So this is a weird little thing. I didn't know what to call Camille, but I really knew I needed her help. She's one of the most organized people I'd ever met. So we sent in for a badge request to TI, and they wouldn't let me have the title I wanted, which I don't even remember now. And they came back with, well, what about special assistant to the district director? I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. Camille has been there through thick and thin, over and over and over. It's been crazy. We've had so many challenges this year, and she has literally walked with me the entire way. I don't know what our district would look like without Camille Morales in our background. She acted not only as the admin oftentimes, but the gopher, the fixer, the intellect. Camille made things work, and she was always in the background and never willing to stand in the forefront. But what I have seen in Camille's growth is that she is now a speaker. She's a really, really good speaker, and she has grown exponentially in these past just few months. I am honored to have worked with Camille and have her as my special assistant. I don't think anyone ever had one of those before in our district, but I tell you what, you never want to be without a Camille Morales in your corner. Thank you, sis, for everything you've done, and I love and adore you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes, no? It is. Hang on just a second. Oh, Pamela McCallan is now going to be presenting something to us, I understand, Pamela?
Yes.
I don't know. She
Here?
may be. Hi,
Am I
honey.
able to show my video?
Yes.
Nope,
Okay.
not.
Oh,
The host has stopped it.
Hang on just a second, Betty. There we go. Okay, let me get out of the way so Cheryl and I can share the chair.
Host, will you give me video rights, please? Thank you. District 56. I'm not sure if you, how many of you really realize the power of the people that have been serving in your district for the past year. Not just the area and division directors, not just the trio, but just all of the people that make this district go and the wheels on the bus keep turning. But I want to recognize today the immediate past for 2019-2020, the district director for 2019-2020, the program quality director for 2019-2020, and the club growth director for 2019-2020. I've been working with all of these women for several years and have seen them learn, grow, and bloom as great, effective leaders. I am assigning the core values to each one of them. Not that they don't all embody every single one of the core values, but I just want to talk a little bit about the core values and how they relate to these leaders. Each one of them is getting this award that you see on your screen. It is a medallion that we wear on our neck to show the core values and to remind us what the core values are. And on the other side is the Toastmasters International globe to remind us that we serve and impact lives around the world. First of all, Cheryl Warren. Integrity is what comes to mind. Someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way, does what she says she's going to do, commits to excellence, and all of the core values, but especially integrity. When you think of Cheryl Warren and all that she's accomplished in her life through integrity, I remember a TLI where she was sitting on the front row, and when we all broke out for some sort of break, a crowd gathered around her. I was immediately drawn to that part of the room because it was like Sister Cheryl having church right there in the TLI, and all of her followers were listening at her feet of the wisdom of Cheryl Warren. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for your wisdom, for your leadership, and for your integrity, most of all. Next slide. Nope, not the next slide. There you go. Now we come to Catherine Kest, who served as our district director. Each district director has some challenge that they go through in their year. And this year, Kathy had a big challenge of clubs not meeting and going online and COVID and all of the things that happened this year. But she arose with respect. Having respect for all of the members and all of the challenges that people go through in their daily life, and especially during this time. Her messages, she put out a video talking to us. And of course, every message that Kathy puts out is from her heart. She has a heart as big as Texas, as big as the world. And the first time I saw this was when she was a division director. She asked me to come to her home where she had her area directors gathered. Now, she warned me before I got there what she was going to do, and I said, well, you know what? I appreciate your sentiment, but I declined respectfully to engage in the feet washing. She knelt at the feet of each one of the people on her team and washed their feet. Now, if that's not respect, I don't know what is. And she has exhibited this respect throughout her leadership journey. I'm sure that she had it way before she got to us. But Kathy, thank you for sharing yourself and your heart and your emotion and all of the things that make you you. We love you and we thank you for serving from in all the levels of leadership, all the way up to district director. Not many people get to do that. And you went through every single chair with grace and gratitude and an attitude of gratitude. Thank you, Kathy. Next, we have Rose. Rose was our program quality director. Reach one, teach one, keep one. She kept saying, reach one, keep one, teach one. Her service to District 56 is exhibited in everything she does. I remember encouraging her when she was a division governor in Division O to run for club growth director. And she kept saying, it's not my turn. It's not my time. Maybe when I retire. So, you know, the day she retired, she got a call from me saying, okay, is it time now? Can we have you in that role now? And certainly as the club extension chair under Rose, I really enjoyed that year of her club growth. And certainly as the program quality director, she brought many things to the role. She organized that team and she served the district well in that role. And now we look for her to serve as our district director. Thank you so much, Rose, for all of your sacrifice and all of your service and all of your support to the members of this district. We look forward to seeing more of your face and hearing more of your voice as you serve the members in District 56. Thank you. Next is Joe Ido. Excellence, of course, excellence. You get the excellence core value because everything you do is with excellence. You pour over things. I have gotten emails from you at 3 a.m. Not that I was up, I was sleeping. But you seem to never sleep because there's always something to be done and you feel the obligation and the dedication to excellence to stay up all night if you need to. Not that everybody else isn't staying up all night on occasion, but you just seem to make a real habit of it. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, again, serving as Club Extension Chair with you as the Club Growth Director. In the first half of the year, we tore up the streets. We went from here to there and back again. And it seemed that we were going north and west a lot during the year. But then COVID came and we had to learn how to do things online. So thank you for your dedication to excellence, your support of the team members, and we look forward to more of that dedication to excellence as you serve in the Program Quality Director role. Thank you all. Please do wear these medallions to remind yourself that you're here to serve and that you're here to operate under these core values. Not just representing District 56, but representing the whole organization of Toastmasters International. Thank you for your service. Back to you, Catherine.
Want to leave a timer? Yep, it is. No. We are going to go straight into, if I can stop scrolling. Come on. Really? Okay. Now, listen. Did y'all just feel like I'm going to just be who I am. I like a Holy Ghost hug. I mean, people crying, all that stuff. I didn't see that much crying when we was meeting together. People just, she done used like a box of tissue over here. But I tell you what, it was pretty awesome. It's awesome to see how people
40.
Recognize.
You said 40.
And
no, she didn't say anything.
What?
She said, hold on.
This morning? Oh, y'all know. Stay with me. My voice not that deep. But I think it's awesome when people get to recognize and acknowledge others. To me, that's like a foot washing or a basket washing. Somehow, always just makes us feel better. Listen, that ended the Hall of Fame, and we're going to slide right on in to the roast and toast for our immediate past district director. When I think about doing any type of program, you always want it to be done in excellence. So I called on Kara Caraway to partner with me and David Rebellis. So to move us forward, I will introduce to you past distinguished district governor, distinguished Toastmaster, David Rebellis, to take us through the roast and toast. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Cheryl, and thank you everyone for taking the time to celebrate what a great year last year. There's so many things that we need to be thankful for and grateful for. And now it's time for us to roast and toast our past district director. Now, Kathy, when I was roasted, I wish somebody would have given me some props because you're going to need some fans because it's going to get hot out there. You're also going to need something to drink because sometimes it's going to get real bad. Now, if it gets actually really bad, I actually have something to put you out in the event that you catch on fire. So I don't want to take any additional time with our introductions, but I would like to introduce someone who is going to make a special presentation. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster, Carolyn Jarney.
Thank you, David. Kathy, I hope you're out there and that you can see this. I was asked to put together a book honoring your year of service. And of course, being asked to do one thing, I went ahead and did it my way. And this is not just about this year, but this is about the service that you have given this district over the past 3 to 5 years. So I hope that you enjoy this little look back through time. This is a digital copy of this book, but it will be available to you. We'll have a copy ordered and delivered to your home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carolyn. So Kathy, before we get started, I'm going to encourage you to put on an oven mitt because it's going to get warm in here, okay? Please help me welcome your first toaster.
David, did we want to show the book?
Did we want to show the book?
I thought we were showing the book.
Yeah. I didn't think we were going to show the book, but okay, we can.
Yes.
All right.
That'll give you some time, Kathy, to go get your glove though, okay?
So here's a look back through. Member of 3 trios, first as the club growth director, then as program quality director, and finally as our district director. No leader does it alone, and here are some of the folks that wanted to make sure you knew how much they cared and supported you. Your leadership, your teaching, your guidance. A few tokens of the district under your leadership.
Wow. This is amazing, Carolyn.
And then the beginning of this year, how we did things began to change a little.
Mm-hmm. So sure, why don't you write for me?
ideas, but you want to put the photo in, it's not what they say.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
It was a lot of work.
Did you return control to me?
Yeah. You have the comm.
Thank you very much. And now we will begin our roast and toast of Kathy Kest. I'm going to remind everyone that it is a 1 to 2 minute tribute, so please make sure you stay within your 1 to 2 minutes. We will start with toaster number 1, Region 5 Advisor, Distinguished Toastmaster, Farzana Chauhan.
I don't like it over there.
Farzana, are you online?
I am online. Can you see me?
We can now.
Hi. Fellow district members, and you, Kathy. How? Time flies by. And I remember when we started, I remember meeting you when you were part of the trio, but not as at the top leadership level. And what struck me about you was your sensitivity, how seriously you take everything. And I was quite struck by it. And I have to remind myself that there is an opportunity for me to learn from you. As we have come into leadership roles as women, a lot of time we have been trained not to show our sensitive side. And you remind me that we can be a leader and we can be sensitive to other people. We all are here for our fellow Toastmasters and people. So what I have most learned from working with you as a leader is that how important people are and how they feel good about themselves when you show them your kindness and your sensitivity to them. And I want to thank you for sharing that piece of your personality with all of us, not just with myself. I also will remember my visit to your district as a region advisor. And I have said that before, and I will say it now, the way you treated your region advisors, that is fabulous. That creates a lot of memories for the remainder of the life. So I wish you all the best. Now we both are in the same boat of immediate past, correct? So we will share some more memories and we will continue our friendship. All the best to you. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Farzana. Next, we will go with Public Relations Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster, Amish Patel.
Thank you, David. Fellow Toastmasters. I think within Toastmasters, when we think of speeches, the title is important. And the title that just came to me was Catherine the Great. She was royalty in the 1970s, or sorry, the 1700s. She was a benevolent ruler of Russia, and it was considered the golden age of Russia. Well, I think back to what our district has accomplished this past year, and it was a golden age in our Toastmasters way. Pathways is now the wave of the future. And she believed in me and gave me the patience. And going back to her grateful leadership, part of that greatness, enabled me to look at all the issues that I had to overcome and focus on what needed to be done for the district. So as you all know, when you are in these roles, you have almost a red phone, always available. And when you see that call, butterflies start to flutter, thinking about what it is that you have to do next. But with that sense of gratefulness, and I told this to Farzana, I think this is one real aspect that really brought out greatness within all of us, is to be grateful, to give us that sense that you are appreciated to take that time to listen. And Kathy always said she always had time to listen. And that meant a lot. And so with that, as a servant, as we are all servants, I dubbed thee Catherine the Great. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Amish.
Thank you, Amish. Next, we will hear from District Logistics Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster, Terry Green.
Good evening, everyone. When I first met Kathy, you remember your teacher, the one that always had the red pen, that corrected everything you said? When you got through with your paper, that it was just all in red. I remember a meeting sitting with Kathy, and every someone said something, she was correcting them, or that's not correct. According to this, that's not correct. To the point that when I got around Kathy, I did not want to open my mouth. I did not want to say a word. I kept quiet, tried to hide. As I got to know her, and as she grew in Toastmaster, she started to change a little bit. She became this loving person. But I promise you, when I first met her, and I was terrible in school when it comes down to words. I was always saying the wrong verb or wrong adjective or something wasn't correct, putting the words, putting them together. And I just did not want to have Kathy to tell me, Terry, that's not correct. According to Toastmasters International, this is the way it's supposed to be. But now, after working with Kathy all these years, she is just the sweetest thing. And the one time that I remember her and Rose sitting in the lobby, and they was trying to figure out who was going to be the logistic manager for the second year. And I'm sitting there looking at these two people like, I know they just want to ask me. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and ask me. And when I finally just came out and told them I'll go ahead and do it a second year, you talking about that room full of tissue paper, both of them just started to bawling and to crying, and I'm like, okay. For me, it was a challenge because I hadn't finished what I needed to do anyway as the logistic manager in the storage room. So I wanted to do it a second year, but I, wanted to make them sweat just a little bit longer to see if they was gonna find somebody else to take my spot. But to Kathy, I salute you for doing an awesome job, for becoming the person that I can look up to and say, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too. So congrats, good luck, and keep being you. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Terry. I didn't know where that story was going because it was getting hot in here. Next, let's hear from newsletter editor, distinguished Toastmaster, Max Lopez.
I don't think he's here, David.
Okay. Moving on, is Richard Zemecki online?
Don't think so, sir.
Okay. Next, we will hear from Special Assistant to the District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Camille Morales.
Kathy, to define our friendship, I can only think of the song, I'll Be There by the Jackson 5. It starts with you and I must make a pact. And this is exactly how it felt for the last year. Then it goes on to later to state, I'll reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. Just call my name and I'll be there. And with that, Kathy, when you needed support, I became your backbone. We balanced each other out, many minor setbacks, but we had major comebacks. You motivated me while I kept you entertained with my accent and corny remarks. You got me and I got us. So with that, I would like to thank you for being there for me, for guiding me and showing me the way. Thank you for having patience when it was hard knowing what to say. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me. You are inspiration in my life. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Camille. And next, we'll hear from our finance manager, Distinguished Toastmaster, Becky Noah.
Thank you, David. I have been studying and watching leaders for a very long time, and Kathy is the example of a servant leader, but in a very unique way, I believe. To tell you a story, my husband was in the hospital at the start of COVID, not COVID related, but we were all panicked just the same because we didn't know and couldn't visit him. And I was left at home with a special needs adult and stressing out beyond belief at everything that needed to be done at that time. And I was just talking to Kathy, and I don't share my underbelly very often. But I shared with her and I said, and I don't even have toilet paper. Everybody got on the toilet paper bandwagon and I got left behind. I didn't get it before it ran out of the stores. And Kathy, I no sooner said it, and Kathy, offered me suggestions. And I said, I've been trying that. I can't get toilet paper. Kathy took a moment, a pause, and I'm sure it was to calm me down. And she said, how many rolls of toilet paper do you need? And for those of you that don't know, I live far on the north side of the town, and Kathy lives far on the south side of town. But within an hour, I had enough toilet paper to carry me over. And that is, to me, one of the best examples of taking care of your people so that they can then turn around and take care of you. And Kathy, my dear friend, I would follow you through fire. I would follow you through a flood. I adore you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Becky. Kathy, it hasn't gotten too warm in here. I thought for a while it was going to get hot with Terry Green, but you're surviving so far. You're doing well. You doing okay?
Yep.
Great. Now we're going to hear from some of your club members. We will begin with a club member from Dining Out Toastmasters, Distinguished Toastmaster, Kim Stingle.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
Good.
Heart and soul. Anyone who knows Kathy or met Kathy can identify these two words with her. I remember when I first met you. I'd been 2 months in Toastmasters. My club made me president. I came to a TLI, and this beautiful woman got up and spoke with such heart and passion that I fell in love, and then waited about 2 hours for the very long line at her table to disappear so that I could get to her and go, hi, I'm Kim. I need you. I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. She can tell you that's exactly about what it looked like. And that started one of the most beautiful friendships of my life. Everybody knows Kathy leads with her heart. She wears it on her sleeve. And like you just heard, she's always there. I cannot imagine the mileage on your car. And that's probably just coming out my way. We are about as far away in the city as we could possibly be. But her heart and going above and beyond is always there. And what you've done with this district since you've started service and since you've been a member is just dazzling. They say heart is not just a pumping vessel in your body, but it's also a central or innermost part of everything. You have been the perfect heart for this district. Soul, an emotional or intellectual energy, especially as revealed in a work of art. You are our work of art, the heart and the soul of this district. You are love, joy, compassion, contribution, team, caring, integrity, nurturer, teacher, mentor, ownership, accountable, and the grateful leader that we needed. You have given me some of the greatest highs of my life and sat in dark nights healing some of the darkest moments. And I'll just leave you with my last favorite way to communicate, which is a thank you, but also with my other voice. In a very unusual way, one time I needed you. In a very unusual way, you were my friend, special to me in my life. Since the first day that I met you, how could I ever forget you once you had touched my soul? In a very unusual way, you made me whole. David?
Thank you so much. And now we will hear from our next club member from Dining Out Toastmasters, Distinguished Toastmaster, Marianne Fairmouth.
Thank you, David. Kathy. When I think of you, I think of three things. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. When I first met Kathy, I was trying to put on an area contest, and I was so nervous about that contest. And she sat down with me and she told me essentially, you need to give up the fact that you can't do this. You will do this and you can do this, and I'm going to help you do this. And she sat there with me and believed in me so that I really believed in myself. Give in. When I say give in, Kathy, you give in to so much love to all of your club members, and you believe in them so much they begin to believe in themselves. And I can't thank you enough for how much you believed in me when I was going through a really tough time, because it helped me get strong and it helped me become more successful. And I'll never forget you for that. And give it all you got. She's all about that. She's all about making yourself the very best version of who you are. But to do that, you got to give it all you got. And if you go through some rough patches, you're going to learn and grow from those. So Kathy Kest, you're a really big hero to me, and you helped me so much in my journey, and I'll never forget you for that. And I love you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Marianne. Next, we will hear from Distinguished Toastmaster, Christina Hackett. Is Christina online?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Hello, Kathy. I am here actually at work, and I asked my boss to do me a favor because the woman with the biggest heart in District 56, I have to speak. And they said yes. Listen, Kathy, you were made for this. We had a conversation before you actually took over as district director, and I told you, I said, you are made for this. You got this. Now, neither one of us knew that COVID was actually going to come up and throw a couple of wrenches into the plan. But the statement still holds true. Your amazing heart and your empathy with people is unmatched by anyone in District 56. Your ability to ebb and flow with the changes that came up with COVID and every other crisis, I'm pretty sure imaginable, that comes with the title of a district director. Thank God it was you and not me that you had to actually do. My God, woman, I am absolutely amazed and in awe of the talent and the beauty in which you led our district this year. You are a great friend, and I love you dearly. And I will not roast you this year because I love you. I know David was itching for me to start up some stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I am still on the clock, sir. I can't do it. But enjoy, my love. Thank you for everything that you did for the district. And I love you. And I can't wait to actually see you and I can give you those hugs. Take care, babe.
Christina, I want my $100 back. I want that $100 back because you were supposed to roast her and you were supposed to get her real good. So I want my $100 back. Next, we will hear from Charlotte, distinguished Toastmaster, Charlotte Ozen.
Hi, Kathy. I'm going to try to get everything out before I see you and just start crying. Every kiss begins with K. Oops, wrong commercial. Caring begins with K. There are people whom one loves and appreciates immediately and forever. You are one of those people. You're cheerful. Your smile is everywhere. You're considerate. You're so courageous. You fight for those you believe in, and you won't let them give up on themselves. You're charitable. You give of your time. When I was out of town checking on my mother, my sister got in from Dallas. I'm driving back to Houston for a meeting. It is 3 a.m. in the morning, y'all. I'm a night owl, but that's a little bit late. My phone rings. Who could be calling me at 3 a.m.? Our district director, Kathy Cass, is calling me. Kathy, how are you? Oh, hey, Charlotte. Well, let's see. So, blah, blah, blah. Kathy starts talking to me as if it's 5 in the afternoon, maybe 9, 10, 11. She starts holding a conversation with me. And not only does she continue to talk with me to make sure I'm okay, she tells me this wonderful story about how she went skiing. I never heard that story before, but if you all haven't, you want to hear it. She cracked me up about her ski experience. By the time we got off the phone, I made it from Beaumont to Pass. What is the name of that town? At the very beginning of Houston, after you get to 610, I made it all that long way while Kathy was on the phone with me. Kathy, you're so considerate and thoughtful and generous of your time. You are so caring and compassionate. Your heart is so big. When I think of a heart and caring and compassion, it does start with a K because you're so kind-hearted. I love you, Kathy. You are just so inspirational to me. You're the absolute best. We love you. Love you, love you, love you.
Charlotte, I want my $100 back too.
Okay.
Next, we will hear from a club member from Marathon Speaks. Please help me welcome, Marathon Speaks. Please help me welcome Mary Craney.
Hello, Kathy. Integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And I might add commitment to Toastmasters. You are a great communicator. You're a person of integrity. You're passionate about Toastmasters and you're passionate about serving members. You are very humble. And your great smile is very contagious, is warm, and is from the heart. While you're smiling, you have the ability to tell someone that their time is up. And that the program will have to move on. It takes courage. It stand up and say that. And you do it graciously, with love and caring. You possess all the quality of a great leader. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for everything you did for our district. I might say you did a fantastic job and mission accomplished. I love to see you and hug you, and I do that now virtually. Congratulations, and I love you, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. And the final roaster from clubs is going to be, or roaster or toaster, Distinguished Toastmaster Robert Bailey.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? In the year that Kathy served as Club Growth Director, she attended the area speech contest for my division. I was Division R Director at the time. After the contest, Kathy asked me to join her for lunch. I said, sure, I would love to. She told me that she wanted to spend some one-on-one time with me to get to know me as a person. I thought, wow, how great it was that one of the trio members was interested in learning more about me. During the course of our 2.5-hour lunch, we shared a lot about our past. I learned that we have some things in common. We both came from humble beginnings. We initially had a fear of public speaking, and we were both introverts at heart. We are also different in some ways. Kathy was raised in the country, me in the city. Growing up, Kathy had a horse named Queenie, and I had dogs. Kathy can actually sing well, and well, I make a noise. More importantly, I learned that Kathy is a person of deep and genuine feelings. She cares tremendously about people and how her actions impact others. I learned that Kathy has a sweet spirit and is usually very soft-spoken. She is deliberate in her decision-making and steadfast in her beliefs. At the end of our lunch, I was grateful for the time Kathy spent with me, getting to know me better. I will forever cherish our time that we spent together, and I will always love Kathy for the person that she is. Thank you, Kathy. Love you. Back to you, David.
Thank you so much, Robert. I thought I was going to have to bring out something because when you said the word usually, I thought, there's a story there, but great job. We will now move on to our division directors. Please help me welcome past Division L Director, I believe, Jennifer Gulen.
Thank you, David. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Never in my life have I met a more caring person than Kathy Kest. Never. As an extremely introverted person who prizes her personal space, this was a challenge for me. She would do all these horrible things, like wanting to know about me as a person, ask me what I wanted to get out of my time as division director, and then she'd have the nerve to call me often just to check in on me and see how my journey was going. The nerve of some people, right? I thought surely I'd be able to shake her off. Boy, was I wrong. It only got worse. Later that year at the district leadership training, she had us do an exercise where we touched foreheads together. Nope. No. I just sat there shaking my head. But Kathy found a compromise and helped me make it through the exercise. This was just one of the many things throughout the year that she held my hand through and helped me succeed. Kathy, it was an honor and a privilege to work with you last year. I'm proud to call you my district director, and I'm forever grateful to call you my friend. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Jenny. Now we will hear from past Division M Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Rhonda Reeves.
Just need permission to do my video.
Kathy, you need to give her permission from your screen.
I got it. Thank you, Carol. Hello, dignitaries, friends, and auspicious people, and welcome to the Dee Dee's Roast at the end of her sequel. It's time, Catherine Rosenbaum Kest, to honor you and roast you all in good jest. My impressive first meeting with our grateful leader occurred unceremoniously in a conference bathroom three-seater. There she stood, giddy and grinning, like she had a secret that somehow said, "I'm winning." An influential TLI is where our journey goes. There she was flanked by Cheryl, Pam, Carolyn, and Rose. This cadre of women fast became my leader icons, and instantly, leading in Toastmasters was what I set my sights on. Our relationship deepened on the PQD team, where I learned her Clifton strengths and what made her scream. Long meetings that fast went off task drove Javier and I to need a stiff flask. But she matured as a leader, as the whole team would know, though at first it was simply because I said so. Last-minute changes to the contest she did make, but learned more from the lesson of what fell in her quake. Past PQD, there were margaritas, mimosas, Tex-Mex, and bunko! Laughter, tears, long talks, and letting go. This sweet, emotional woman who loves to love through and through became a sister of mine as our relationship grew. Her leadership prevailed through a challenging year, bringing health to the district and the people we find here. Yes, there were flaws, mistakes, and missteps like all the rest. But aren't we all honored, as I am honored, to have had the best of Kest? Love you, sweet sister. Cheers.
Thank you, Rhonda. And now we're going to hear from past Division N Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Steve Jones.
Good evening, everyone, and especially you, my very dear friend, Kathy. If there was anyone that could roast you, I could put the flames on you like no one else. In the 28 years that Kathy and I have known each other, you know, it's been quite the ride. From the very first time we met, "Hi, I'm Kathy, love me." And I'm going, could you step back, please? Just a minute. Anyway, it has been a delightful 3 decades that I have known this wonderful woman and her son, and I'm delighted that she has given me the opportunity to join her in this crazy thing called Toastmasters. I remember when she first told me about it, she just wouldn't shut up. It was incessant. "Oh my gosh, Steve, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Did you know I had 27 ums in 5 minutes?" I'm pretty sure you had probably more than that, Kathy, but they just stopped counting. Nevertheless, I am just so grateful and thankful to know you and to be part of your life and to have you part of mine. And I will end it with this. I love you very much, my dear friend.
Thank you so much, Steve. Now we're going to hear from past Division O Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Chandra Munagavalasa.
2 minutes is not enough for me to talk about Kathy Kest. I can go on forever, but I'll sum up everything I know in few sentences. Kathy sincerely cares for people. She makes sure that her team do not go through the same issues that she had faced. I'm not talking about the issues like, what do you do when somebody doesn't pay payment, or what if somebody doesn't do their work? But I'm talking more in the lines of emotional reactions. Reactions like, how do you feel if you run out of time during a district meeting, and the next thing you know is that the audience clapping even before you complete your message you want to deliver? How do you feel? She emphasizes things of this nature again and again because she genuinely cares for you. She doesn't want you to go through those things. Everyone that worked with Kathy knows that her leadership style is different. but she has one of the rarest qualities she possesses is empathy. She has the capacity to understand what the other person is experiencing from their side, from their viewpoint. When she's talking to me, she listens. She listens and puts herself in my position. When she's talking to Jennifer, she puts herself in Jennifer's shoes. And if she's talking to Steve, she puts herself in Steve's shoes. Unlike other leadership quality, I personally believe that this amazing quality of empathy that this amazing women possess is not something that can be taught. Kathy, I loved working with you. It's my pleasure. It's my honor. I enjoyed my term as a district director. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chandra. And now we will hear from past Division P Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Carolyn Hamilton.
Hi, Kathy. It's been an experience for me. I had seen you at a distance, and then to get to know you personally, it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I want to express my gratitude to you, Kathy, as a friend. You've cared about our relationship through all the difficult times and places. It's been a rough year with my division and my Uber and my secretary. Thank you for allowing us to come by when I know you had many other things to do. You have mentored me through situations when I felt I was lost, and you've helped me change and be able to stand on my own and help others, because you've helped me and you've allowed me to go through whatever I was going through, but to try and lead so that the people in the area directors could learn to stand on their own with support like you've given me. You've been a leader. You've mentored me through situations. You have been a leader taking our district through some very difficult times, and you've changed our way of handling the speech contests. You've guided the district from being an in-person meeting world to a virtual world. And Kathy, I want to thank you for being who you are, because you are a friend, you are a mentor, and you are a leader. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. And now we will hear from past Division Q Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Rayanne George.
Thank you so much. Kathy Kest, a person that leads with heart. Heart, the H stands for your ability to hear. And one of the things I just found so awesome was that when someone spoke to you, or when I spoke to you, you heard beyond what I was saying on the surface. So thank you for your ability to hear, for asking the right questions, and for showing that level of caring. E, your energy. Oh my gosh, lady, you just seem so indefatigable. Am I even pronouncing that correct? Always going, always going, always going. But one of the awesome things that I saw about you this year, in the midst of expending all this energy, was that you took time for yourself. You still went on vacation. You still had your quiet times, that even in the midst of it, you remind us as leaders that we are people too. And just as we're serving others, we need to be served. Awesome, awesome vision. Thank you for sharing the power of acknowledgement with us, for taking the time to help us understand that, and for being so practical with it throughout this entire year. Your responsibility for this district has been noted. Your level of commitment, thank you so much for going above and beyond. And finally, Kathy, thank you for being a person that we can trust with our innermost, that we can trust with little things, with big things. Thank you for having such a big heart, and for bringing each one of us into your circle as your friend. We love you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rayanne. And our final division director that will speak will be Division R Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Cindy Petrash.
I need video, please. There we go. Good evening, everyone. It's time we say thank you to our fearless District Director, Kathy Kest. It's time to remember to be kind, per Kathy's request. It's time we give ourselves grace, even when we falter, just as Kathy has demonstrated grace to each one of us. It's time that we say we appreciate your dedication to each of us as individuals. It's time that I tell you that I am grateful for the personal telephone calls. I know it must have been time-consuming to call each of us. It's time to acknowledge your personal sacrifice to meet with me at Panera, to offer your support. It's time to let you know that I am grateful for the opportunity to develop my leadership skills by serving our members and clubs. It's time to let you know that I admire you and I appreciate your dedication to the members of Toastmasters and the Toastmasters mission. It's time that we allow you to take some well-deserved time off. I hope you will find some time to take care of yourself. It's time to say thank you. Thank you for your year of service. Back to you, David.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And thank you to all of our division directors for your beautiful comments to Kathy. And now we will go to our leaders, our trio, as well as our past district directors and past international directors. Let us begin with past Distinguished District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Carol Caraway.
I guess it would be better if I got off the time. I'm going to toast you tonight. I don't want to rush you. But I recall a night whenever you and I were at the beach. You remember that day and that night we sat out on the deck and it was just you and I. And it was before I became district director. It was during Cheryl's term. And you asked me why did I want to become district director. And we talked about that, and at the same time, you told me, I don't think I could ever do that. Well, you did that, and you did it very well. We had the most amazing time that weekend with several other of our friends, and you know what they say, what happens at the beach stays at the beach, and that's where it's going to remain. But I know that you became my division director during my term. You did a phenomenal job then. You did a phenomenal job as program director, program quality director, and as district director. And you are doing a good job as media past district director. So just know that I admire you. You are my friend, and I truly am proud of you. Thank you, David.
Thank you so much, Carol. Now we will hear from our past international director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Pamela McCown.
Kathy, be very afraid. No, don't be very afraid. I'm going to go through our life together in just snapshots and vignettes. The first one, speech contest, the ski story. I laughed so hard I couldn't even stand myself, but I saw something in you more than a speech contestant. And I encouraged you to do something beyond speech contests. I was watching you after that, and you did. You went out and became a leader. The next snapshot in my mind is sitting at the United Way because the building was closed. We were there for, I don't know if it's a contest or training or what it was, but we had so much fun just sitting on the ground and laughing and talking to each other. I hope you remember that with the same fondness that I do. Watching you grow in leadership and become a distinguished Toastmaster. I remember sitting with you in my living room when you were ready to take a big break from everything Toastmasters because you had worked so hard to become a distinguished Toastmaster. They're not clapping for me anymore. I'm doing all these things in my club and they don't appreciate it. They don't clap for me anymore. Oh, I said to myself, poor baby, welcome to leadership. You're a distinguished Toastmaster now. You're supposed to be clapping for the other people. Come on, get over it. So I told you a story about, or I asked you a question about your son. Okay. And you told me, no, I don't clap for him to go to the potty anymore. So I think you got the message that leaders need to clap for the other people. You need to get up and keep serving. So thank you for getting up, for keeping serving, and for being the beautiful, wonderful person and becoming a past leader now. I know you will enjoy that role as much as you enjoyed the others, and maybe even more. Thank you for your service. Love you, Kathy.
Thank you, Pamela. I knew you would not disappoint. Next, we will hear from special mentor to Kathy Kest.
Hey, David, excuse me, David, would you bring up Ramona, please?
I'm going to bring her after someone else.
Okay.
As I was saying, please help me welcome mentor to Kathy, Curtis McLemore.
Do you believe in fairy tales? Well, I sure do. When Kathy first told me she was going to run for district director, I thought, now that's a fairy tale coming true. Because after all, Kathy is quite the beauty, and District 56 is quite the beast. But she accepted the challenge, and using a little cunning, a little guile, and perhaps a few feminine wiles, she tamed the beast. Therefore, tonight, Kathy, the day is done. Rest on your laurels and simply be our guest. Be our guest, Kathy Kest. We put your service to the test. We made you our director, and then you handled the rest. District meetings, meet and greetings, still your smile was never fleeting. Relax, she builds consensus. She can't spell the word contentious. She can lead, she can speak. After all, she's quite unique, and her service as director was the best. So go on, Kathy, take a bow. You've made us all so proud. Be our guest, Kathy Kest. You have impressed. Now, I'll admit it's a bit unnerving to know that Kathy won't be serving. There's a hole where our soul used to be. Ah, the good old days when she was in charge. Now will the district be like Gomer Pyle without the Sarge? But on this, I know we can guarantee. If we need her, she'll be out. She'll still be speaking at Be Toasty, Post Oak, or dining out. And forever in our hearts, she'll always be. Wow, what a ride. You filled us all with such pride. Be our guest, Kathy Kest. Yeah, like this woman will ever rest. Be our guest, Kathy Kest. It's been a wonderful fairy tale, my friend. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Thanks, David.
Great job. Thank you so much, Curtis. So when the 2019-2020 year started, it always starts with a lot of hope, a lot of ambition, and things are always going to start. We always have hope for the best. And it starts off with the International Convention. And we actually had a special guest attend on our behalf. And it was our District 56 representative to the International Speech Contest. We were thrilled, excited, and humbled by the fact that Ramona Smith took top prize and became 2019 World Champion of Public Speaking. Please help me welcome Ramona Smith as she gives her thoughts on her year with Kathy. Ramona?
Different one. One moment. Making sure I'm on this one, this screen. All righty. I'm going to try my best to not get emotional as I share my love for Kathy. It is very hard for me to hold back tears because Kathy was there on the journey from, I believe it was the area contest, all the way up until one of the biggest moments outside of giving life to my child of my life. It was Kathy who let me know when my speech was ready. I knew that my speech was ready when Kathy showed me her arm and she said, now I have goosebumps. Now you're ready. Kathy is so full of wisdom. And Kathy, you have passed down that wisdom to me, not only through your words, but through the books that you have physically given to me, right? Fresh off of your shelf, through the expressions of love that you have given me through your voice, through your hands, playing the guitar, soothing my entire soul. And you have this power, this femininity, this angelic energy about yourself. It's kind of like Tai Chi, where you don't have to go extremely fast and you don't have to put a whole lot of effort into it, but one blow could knock someone off their feet if given with the right precision. And I love you so very much. I thank you for taking the time during the 2018, not 19, 2018 International Convention to stay up for hours and hours and hours and give me your ear and give me your heart and give me your tears and bask in that moment with me. I heard you screaming during the announcement, for pushing me to leadership, for speaking those great things into existence for me, the great things that haven't even happened yet. Kathy, I love you so much. I am so glad to call you family. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for everyone else. And I echo all of the sentiments that were previously shared. I love you so much. You have my heart, and I know I have a piece of yours. Back to you, David.
Ramona, thank you so much for those heartfelt words. And now we will hear from our past Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Joe Ido.
Thank you, David. We are here this evening to toast our District Director, Kathy Kest. How many of you have fallen victim to Kathy's hook, line, and sinker? I know there's quite a few of you out there. Whether Kathy walked up to you or called you on the phone, you didn't realize you were about to volunteer for something. It usually starts out with, "Will you support me? You are made for this." Then she would give you those puppy eyes. District 56 dignitaries, Toastmasters, and guests, I propose a toast to Kathy's hook, line, and sinker. We love you for helping us step out of our comfort zones, forcing us to grow whether we wanted to or not, and giving us an opportunity like it was our own idea. Cheers, Kathy. We love you.
Thank you so much, Joe. And now we will hear from our past program quality director, distinguished Toastmaster, Rose Bradford.
Thank you, David. Kathy, I want to talk to you for just a second with the title of Nobody. There's nobody like you. There's nobody as emotional as you. Nobody as sensitive as you. Nobody who has empathy like you. There is no one who encourages like you do. But you know what? There's also no one who challenges like you to make us the best we can be. There is nobody who can command like you. You know, when you get that deep, loud voice? Yeah. There is nobody who can tell stories like you. And your past leaders can tell there's no one who entertains like you do. And there's no one who refuses. No, you can call someone, and if you call, you're going to get what you wanted when you call. We all know that. And there's no one who believes in others like you do. It was you and Cheryl who made me believe that I could serve as a leader. When I had self-doubt, low confidence, short on self-esteem for a moment, it was you two who assured me, who encouraged me, who believed in me that I could be a leader. Kathy, there's nobody as blessed as I am to have you in my corner. There's nobody like you. And know this, there's nobody who still needs you like I do. We will always be 1, 2, 3. I love you.
Thank you so much. And now it is my pleasure to just close out this section prior to allowing Kathy to say her rebuttal. And with that, I will say, Kathy, from the first time that I met you, I have had the utmost respect for you. You are an inspiration to me. You make me want to be a better person. You encourage me to be a better leader. You encourage me to continue to serve you and everyone else because of your dedication, your service, everything you do with excellence, and your respect for people. I love you very much. And when we had dinner at your house, that was one of the best times that we've had. Won't talk about what we talked about over there, but it was fun, and I do appreciate it. So I will give you a toast to a dear friend. Thank you so much, Kathy. And one of the things that I want to say to everyone on the call is, you don't have to have alcohol. You can actually have LaCroix water inside your champagne glass just to make sure you can make it for this 4-hour meeting. So I encourage everyone to spend some time and just enjoy some bubbly water because it does make a difference. With that, Kathy, I would like to allow you to give your rebuttal to all these wonderful people who spoke on your behalf. Kathy Kest.
Thank you, David, very much. I think I'm just a little overwhelmed by all the kindness, the generosity with which you spoke. I wrote notes and I thought about things, but I think I was really most surprised at the things that I did that didn't seem like a big deal to me, but y'all remembered them, and I appreciate that. I do try to listen from the inside out and see people without looking at what they present necessarily, but more on what they have to offer from inside of themselves. I will share with you the hardest things I learned that were really good, important lessons was, number one, not everything I think needs to come out of my mouth. Number two, I pray that I don't have to apologize tomorrow for anything I said today. That's always really important, to keep your mouth shut, keep control of your own mind. Don't say things that are a reaction as opposed to a response. And I didn't have that strength in my character prior to this. I was pretty much an open book. I would just say whatever came to mind. And now I am very, very thoughtful about what I say, as opposed to just spitting out whatever words I wanted. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for seeing me and for loving me in spite of my tears and my emotions and my ability to empathize so deeply that I get all wussy on you. I'm glad you guys not only saw the tears, but also the strength. And I have grown exponentially these past 6 years as a servant leader in District 56. Pam, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for believing in me. You're gonna make me cry. Just the words, I'm a shiny penny, changed the trajectory of my life. So thank you all for all of your support, for being the amazing leaders that you are. And it is truly my honor to have walked this journey with each one of you.
Thank you, Kathy. You truly were an inspiration for all of us. My video has been shut off, so I don't necessarily know whether that was because people are tired of seeing me or there I am. Great. But I would like to conclude my part. It was a privilege and honor to serve as your roast and Toastmaster. Please help me. I would now like to return control to Distinguished Toastmaster Cheryl Warren for any final comments. Cheryl.
Yes, hey, family. I think we can all agree that we have had indeed a good family reunion today. Thank you so much for your time. Certainly time is the one thing that we really cannot get back, and it is precious. Thank you for your time and your energy, your commitment, and your continued service to District Director. I'm so excited about what all of the new leaders, this next level of leaders are bringing in while planning this event, all those new ideas. People are just working through, thinking through, working through teams just for the common good. District 56, I'm so proud to not only be part of this family, but to be called a leader in this family. Thank you so much. You may enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.